All right, perfect. So, recording on your end now.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna count it down now. Three, two, one, and then we'll clap. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Three, two, one. Did you clap?
Yep.
Okay, all right. I guess it cut it out through here. Okay. Anyways, I guess now we're back into the episode.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, what are your four albums?
So yeah, let's bang through these quickly then. My first one here is Good Kid, Mad City by Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
The
I
2012.
actually, I really was thinking. I was like, do I want to include it? And I was just like, I don't know why. I think what happened is that I had the choice paralysis where it's like, do I want to choose Good Kid, Mad City, or do I want to choose To Pimp a Butterfly? I wanted to choose To Pimp a Butterfly, but I felt too much of a fucking poser to do it, so I decided to choose neither.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand that for sure. For me, Good Kid, Mad City is my favorite Kendrick album, so it was a pretty easy choice for me. But To Pimp a Butterfly is pretty good too. But yeah, I love this album. I think this is one of the best rap albums of all time. I love Kendrick. I think he's
Yeah.
certainly one of the better rappers going today for sure. Like when he releases an album, it's just kind of an event. So that's definitely that. There's so many great songs on this album, man. I mean, I love "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe." I think it's just the perfect kind of way to bank things off for the most part on this album. Obviously, Mad City's fantastic. Swimming Pools, Drunk is just great shit. So you could pick any of those three; those would all be favorites for me. But yeah, this is just classic Dre production. The beats are so fucking good here. So many great guest spots on
Dude,
this
the
album.
little bass line
Ah,
at the beginning of Shireen, doo
ah,
doo 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 doo, like the way that bass line just drops. Oh, it's
ah,
fucking hot.
it's filthy. It's so good. But yeah, so this is my second choice. Good Kid, Mad City.
All right, just because you've given me the platform, now I have to talk about it because like I
Yes.
also really fucking love this album. I love that it's a concept album. I like here again, like I don't really listen to lyrics, but like it wasn't until like I finished listening to the album that like I was just like I'm kind of missing something. What is it? And then I realized that a lot of Kendrick is like putting it into the lyrics. And when I started listening and I started reading through it, because let's be honest, I'm stupid and my brain just doesn't understand language sometimes. So I started reading along with it as I was listening to the music. I'm like, oh, this is a night in his life. This is fucking awesome. I love that Shireen is just like this kind of like low key, like just there's something that's off and you don't really know what's happening yet. You just know that Kendrick wants to go fuck Shireen and you're just like, he's doing all of this. Like, when is the other shoe gonna drop? I forgot what it is. Two black hoodies and my phone rang, and it's just like this little good drop of like, oh, who are those two guys? And then you get the phone call with his mom. It's like, this is really good. What I want to really get to though is that the first three songs, I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. At least at this point, when I finally understood the album, right? So Shireen, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Backseat Freestyle. I like Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe because it kind of gives like this levity to the album. It just kind of goes like, hey, don't worry, like it's all right. It's still music. We're gonna have, I guess, a little fun. I don't know how better to describe it, but it keeps things kind of light. And then the next song is just that fucking trunk beater, Backseat Freestyle. Like it's just like this hard hitting song. It's got okay, it's very ignorant. Like the song itself is super ignorant. It fits the album perfectly because like it is just him as a teenager wanting to wreck shit. But like what I mean by ignorant is like if you ever listen to like just almost more vapid rap, Backseat Freestyle would fit perfectly if you weren't listening to the lyrics where all of it almost feels like it's foreshadowing that things are going to go wrong later, or like maybe he's aggrandizing too much, or maybe not even aggrandizing well. Because, like, I wish my dick was big as the Eiffel Tower so I could fuck the world for 72 hours. Like, that is so bodacious, but it's also really funny. So, like, it's writing that line where it understands that it's kind of being a little tongue in cheek. But the reason I want to talk about those first three songs is because I feel like the next song is the one where like it really sets the tone and like colors what this album is, which is The Art of Peer Pressure. The Art of Peer Pressure is the song that might okay. Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst is also like, it might be like one of my favorite songs of all time. Like, I fucking love these two songs that get smushed together, and I love the like, I love that shit at the end. But if it feels like it's cheating because like that's a 12-minute song. So if we're not counting that one, I think The Art of Peer Pressure is my favorite song on the album because it has that beginning, like, just like slow ride to it, like everything's gonna be fine. And then when you get that long bass line that comes in and cuts that, Kendrick's entire, like, I guess, tone, voice changes, and he just starts rapping way more lower, and he sounds like just way more serious, like shit, it can go bad at any moment, and I fucking love it. This is the song that every single time when I listen to it, it's like, okay, we were fucking around earlier, but this is where the album starts. This is where the concept album finally starts rolling, and I just, I fucking love it.
It's a banger, isn't it?
Oh, it's so fucking good.
It is good, man.
Oh, man.
He's
I just realized since I'm recording through Audacity, I can't mute myself easily for when I need to cough. Shit.
oh, you don't just I just use the button on my mic usually.
Yeah, no, I'm using. Actually, I don't even think I have a button here, do I?
Yeah, fair. Well,
that's the thing. I'd have to
you'll be
the wire.
editing out your coughs now.
That's fine. I might just leave it in. It's the last fucking episode.
Yeah, who cares, right? Kendrick's a great storyteller, man. Like, I love that he even kind of continues the story in Love Game on Eminem's album, on that one song they do together. He literally carries that over on that song. Yeah, Shireen. So he's he's a great storyteller in his songs. He's just fantastic. So shout out Kendrick, and a great album in general. Next up,
you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it. Just because you put it on here. Why I want to now, because now I don't have to pick and choose between which album to pick. I'm throwing in To Pimp a Butterfly in here. God damn it! It's okay. So, Good Kid, Mad City, right? It feels very much like a story. It feels like it has a beginning, it has an end, and there is a narrative throughput from all these songs, right? The thing that I find fascinating about To Pimp a Butterfly is that the closest thing I could think of to compare To Pimp a Butterfly to would be the Bible. And like, I feel like that is fucking wild because that sounds almost a little too aggrandizing, but follow me here. To Pimp a Butterfly feels so much like Kendrick wants to give like this sweeping image of how he is and his thoughts about certain different topics. And it almost feels like none of these stories, the songs themselves, feel like they just have like a this happened and then this happened and this happened, kind of like Good Kid, Mad City does. All of it feels like almost like this large story of just trying to pick out the essence of what he feels and then trying to create this entire image of who Kendrick wants to be, who he is, and how he feels about himself, about the gap in between those two things. It's like if we had to say that the Bible was kind of a summation of Christianity through different parables, To Pimp a Butterfly is the Bible through different parables about who Kendrick Lamar is and what he wants. And just Wesley's Theory, oh my god, just this complete song of like him, like, oh, the music, the money's gonna change me, I'm just gonna go lose my fucking mind, and the government is gonna be ready to snap me up as soon as I start acting too much of a fool. King Kunta, just this entire just big celebration about being black, and then just all of it just feels like no matter what I do, I'm going to fucking try to keep to myself. Institutionalized, I mean, just wait, no, institution. Okay, no, sorry, I was getting institutionalized for a second, confused with These Walls. But institutionalized, just feeling how like that entire mentality of being poor and in the ghetto, and how that warps you, how you don't understand that even when you take the person out, like it just, there's something in them that isn't broken. These walls, just this infatuation with sex addiction, this complete disaster of just destroying himself, just like the emotions on you, like that performance is fucking insane. All right, I mean, it's in the name. We're gonna be all right. Just every single one of these songs, like none of these follow another narrative through point, but all of them feel like they are integral to understanding what this man is. And it honestly, this album is so fucking monumental that it is no shock that no album afterwards will ever touch it, because this is so comprehensive. I don't know what you can do after. It is actually shocking to be Kendrick Lamar, make Damn, which, understandable, it was a little underwhelming, but it's still pretty good, to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, I think. Yeah, Big Steppers. To make that album, and also that album is still really good. And yet, To Pimp a Butterfly, I think, is just a magnificent achievement in art. Not just albums, not just music, not just rap. I honestly think it might be one of the most seminal pieces of work of the 21st century, because it is just this perfect encapsulation of what probably it feels like to be part of Black America. And it's just, I have no idea if this album has ever been added to the Library of Congress, but I would hope at some point it gets added, because this feels like one of those albums that if we ever get nuked and everything gets destroyed, this isn't a piece of art that deserves to live on. Damn, how did I not include this with everything that I just said right now? What the fuck is wrong with me? Maybe I'm not a poser. I love this album.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna add anything. That was just stellar. You said everything better than I could. I think it's an incredible album. Both of them are. I'm a big. I think the reason I lean Good Kid, Mad City specifically is, you kind of said it best. It's a bit of a concept album. It's got a story all the way through. I'm a sucker for that shit, man. Relapse is very similar in that way. It's got a kind of a narrative thread all the way through it as well. So when albums do that sort of thing, I stand up and pay attention, and I really dig that. So. Yeah, but To Pimp a Butterfly is great too. It's fantastic.
All right, I really am trying to check and see if Kendrick Lamar is included in the Library of Congress, because like I need some sort of good news. But yes, continue on. That's, I feel like I see my piece with To Pimp a Butterfly.
Awesome. So next up is going to be. Oops, sorry, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. I could swear I saw Kendrick Lamar as an option, but I'm not too sure where it pops up. Let me see.
Okay,
if I can
sorry about that. So
the
next album is one we talked about for a second earlier, and that is Jay-Z's Kanye West's Power album, Watch the Throne, which of course was released in 2011, Rockefeller Records, by Mr. Jay-Z. This album is just, it's such a weird place for me, because this was the era where I had just really stopped listening to music in general, unless it was rap. And it's obviously, a year or so after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Kanye West was incredibly hot at this point. And then he comes out and makes this album with Jay-Z, who's, one of the greatest rappers of all time. And it was great. It's an incredible album from start to finish. There's so many great songs on here. N-Words in Paris is fantastic, obviously.
It's so fucking good.
It's such a great song. I can't even begin to explain to you how good that song is. But one of my favorite songs that have been, I would say, consistently used in movies, I find these days, is No Church in the Wild. Is just fantastic too, and it's found its place there. But there's so many great songs on this album. Jay-Z and Kanye are both at the top of their games here. Again, the production on this album is just incredible. And yeah, it's kind of the last. Here's the thing with Kanye. I do really like, I think, what was after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Was it Yeezus?
Yes, which
Yeezus
is an album I love to hate.
See, I like Yeezus. I actually do really like Yeezus. Not as much as My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, obviously. But I do like Yeezus. But that is the last album I like of Kanye's. It ends.
I should explain what I mean by that.
Sure.
Like, I love to hate that album where, like, I listen to it and it makes me angry. I'm just like, I kind of really hate this album, but also I love that it gives me this energy.
Yeah. It's the last.
I love you're like, whatever that means.
Yeah, I get it. No, I do get it. It's very. It's got a passion behind it, and I think it does. I can see that. I can definitely see that. But it's the last album I like of Kanye's. I don't like really anything he's done since then, so it's kind of nostalgic for me in that sense.
Same, probably.
But Watch the Throne is fantastic. Great album. And just two superstars kind of at the peak of their careers.
All right, I just have to. Okay, hold on. There's two songs I specifically want to bring up because, like, the first song is Liftoff. Like, I really like Liftoff, but I think the moment that, like, always sells the album for me. Like, No Church in the Wild is really good. It's got that boom, doo 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 doo. Like, it's a good bass line. And Frank Ocean, what's a guy to a king? Like, that chorus is so fucking hot. But I think like Liftoff and the moment at the end when they start counting down, and then you get to the other side of the countdown, and it's just like what I was talking about, My Beautiful Dark, where it has this lush sound to it and like opulence. The album art for this, the album art for Watch the Throne is the most opulent, gaudy gold shit you ever seen. Like it's supposed to scream quality, but like I still think Beautiful Dark beats it out, but the end of Liftoff where like it sounds like you're hitting fucking heaven and nirvana at the same time, and those horns are hitting, and then you got Beyonce just kind of throwing her voice around, we gonna take it to, like, it's so good. And then when you get to the end and like there's little like soulful funk just like doon doon doon, like, oh my god, that's like the moment where I was sold on the album. And then N-Words in Paris hits, and you're like, yo, let's fucking party! So there's that. Like, I just feel like I had to mention the ending of Liftoff. Murder to Excellence might be my favorite one on the album, though. Because, like, it makes me sad, though, because the beat change at the second half of the song always bothers me, because the first beat is so much hotter. It's and like that guitar just da 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 da, like it's a little unrefined and it's just beating the shit out of it. Like, oh my god, Murder to Excellence is so hot. And like, even though it's just like an entire song about like, hey, you know, like everyone's fucking killing each other in Chicago, like all the lyrics are still hitting hard. And like, I think probably my favorite lyric is, oh my god, five, I don't remember the number, but it's like 500 soldiers dead in Iraq, 1,400 in Chicago, or something like that. It's like, fuck, man, that's a hard ass number. But like, yeah, Murder to Excellence, it has to be my favorite one on that album.
Chicago, man, what a place, eh? what a fucking
Shout
place.
out to Moki catching a bullet in his car while he was at a concert.
Crazy shit. So I'm gonna move on now and talk about probably this is an interesting one for me. So these guys I think have came and went so fucking hard, and it's interesting with them because I feel like they're a bit overhated because they produce a very similar type of music, but I feel like a lot of people copied them after this and kind of copied that sound. And unfortunately, they kind of copied themselves and really didn't do anything in any other album subsequently. So I'm defending it a bit, and I think they're kind of assholes, and there's some controversy around them. But anyways, the pick here is Mumford and Sons' "Sigh No More," and technically, this album is 2009, but it was Canada and US in 2010, so I'm counting it for 2010. I really like this album a lot. I think it's a fantastic album. There are so many songs off of their debut album here that I really, really do enjoy. I love the folk sound. I think it's great. You give me a banjo and a song, I'm just gonna fucking like it. It's kind of a cheat code, man. It's like you throw some piano chords in there, throw a little bit of banjo my way, and I'm fucking in. I love that shit. I mean, Little Iron Man, I think, is a tremendous song. There's so many songs on this album I could pick, but Little Blind Man is probably famous, and I do like it a lot. The Cave, I think, is really phenomenal too. So yeah, I do understand that it's a bit of an interesting pick and a basic bitch pick, but I really do feel like it is overhated because so much, like, again, they didn't evolve past this sound, and it's very samey, and there's so many bands that tried this exact same kind of folky sound, and it's kind of everywhere now, and I wouldn't listen to it anymore, or any newer stuff I should say of that same song. But this album's really great to me.
Uh, Damn, man, I feel like an asshole. While you were talking about the music, how that's like, oh, they're hated now, but they have a sound that was ripped from, and now they just do the same sound over and over again. My brain was like, "Oh, Rise Against." I know that that wasn't gonna be your choice,
No, I've never
but my
listened.
brain was like,
I've never listened to Rise Against actually, so no.
it's funny because like I'm thinking like, what band has not evolved at all? Rise Against, motherfuckers! God damn it, Rise Against pisses me off because like they have 3 albums that I fucking love, which is Prayers of a no wait no The Sufferer and the Witness, Appeal to Reason, and Endgame, and all 3 of those albums have the same sound, and then they just never change the sound. So every album afterwards feels like you could just pick out a single and just be like, I have no idea where fucking album that came from. I wanted to include them. I just didn't feel like I needed to. So, but yeah, no. Mumford and Sons. I basic bitch here. Basically, I Will Wait is the only song that I've heard from them. But there is something to be said about their original songs that always feel like they have a certain extra uniqueness to them, even if the sound gets played out. So the reason that I'm happy to bring up Rise Against is that Suffer and the Witness and Appeal to Reason and Endgame, even when Endgame is the 3rd album with that same sound, Endgame still has some unique ideas to it. It feels like every other unique idea that they have in every album subsequent from that, it's like, oh my god, we're just doing here again. Okay, cool, you thought of a new riff. It isn't any interesting. So yeah, no. Mumford and Sons, I will download that album. I will try it, and I'm always hoping that maybe there's something new that I haven't heard.
Yeah, you won't like them, but it's always good to try. And the final album here, let's. I know you're not. I don't know if you hate this album. I know you're not a fan of it though, because it's interesting. You like this artist, but just different time periods.
It's The Weeknd.
It is The Weeknd. Yes, of course. It's the self-titled, or it's not self-titled, but the debut album, House of Balloons, back in 2011. I don't hate any of The Weeknd's new stuff. It's just not the same to me.
Oh, it really isn't.
It isn't. Yeah, no, it's definitely not. It's a very different sound. He's definitely changed, and obviously, I would say for the betterment of his career because he's fucking gigantic now. But this album, to me, I fucking love this album. Really good memories here as he did his original trilogy, which I could have picked any of those. I just picked the House of Balloons because I think that's my personal favorite. But he did all those 3 of those albums.
Is there not a trilogy album?
Yeah, so they were all technically released separately. So like there's House of Balloons, there's oh my god, I'm so tired.
Oh, you could have cheated that shit, man.
I totally could have. I was trying to be fair.
Ew, disgusting. Did you not see me include all of Paramount's
Yeah, I know.
discography?
I knew that. What the fucking name of those albums? It's gonna bother me. One sec here.
I feel like one of them is called Thursday.
Why does Wikipedia have his fucking filmography but not his goddamn discography? There it is.
Hold on. Let's not throw out Uncut Gems and The Idol, okay? We're not gonna have that.
It doesn't even have his fucking original albums. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, there we go. House of Balloons, Thursday, and Echoes of Silence. Jesus Christ.
Thursday. I was actually shocked. Okay.
And they were all actually within a few months of each other, all done in 2011. So definitely could have, but they're all great albums. House of Balloons is probably my favorite of the 3, but yeah, all really good. And I actually got to see Abel perform in Calgary in like a tiny university concert hall with like maybe, I don't know how many people it holds, man, but I can't see it's more than like 1,000 people. So it was pretty small. It was pretty an intimate show, and it was really cool, man. It was a really awesome show to go to kind of see him before he became, he's selling out fucking stadiums now. So it's my
one that I paid tickets for.
Yeah, it's my hipster. My one hipster story I could have that. Yeah, I like this guy before he totally changed his sound and became super popular. But yeah, would definitely dig this album a lot.
Yeah, no, it's way too just moody without enough movement. That's honestly the main reason why it isn't until Starboy. It's funny because like Starboy, I remember literally Starboy, the title track. I don't like Starboy. Even to this day, I still don't like Starboy. Like, I don't really like whatever sound it's going for. That's kind of like very spacey but slow vibe. Like, even now, I don't like it. Even though I love that album, I love After Hours, and I love Dawn FM. So like, even back then, like, what was it? I remember that my best friend's wife, right? She saw that I was listening to The Weeknd. She's like, "Didn't you call him Michael Jackson without the talent?" And I was like, "Yeah, I still stand by that for his old music, not his other music though. Like that's there's the talent, all right." um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Man, I need the movement. I need something to grab onto instead of just like, hey, we're floating around. Hey, let's go. So, but anyways, just I'm sorry. You lost this artist, and he's mine now.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there.
What a great way to end, by the way.
Yeah, no kidding. But that's my last album. That's all the music done. So I don't know where you want to go to from here, but that's music.
All right. We'll do the same order that we did last time. So let's go ahead and do stinky video games.
Stinky, smelly, disgusting video games. Okay.
And here I am cheating again because I put the Metal Gear Solid series.
Well, I've got Metal Gear Solid 4 in my 2000s, so we can have cross pollination there.
Oh, dude, no. Look, Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, 4, Peace Walker, Portable Ops, Metal Gear Solid V. Like, no.
Oh, you're really cheating. Yeah, you're really cheating. Okay.
Oh, I said the series, man. Look, man. If you really wanted me to narrow it down, it's probably gonna be Portable Ops, just because all the others, I feel like I've talked around them enough.
What about Acid?
It's fine. Do you want to ask any more stupid questions?
No, I'm good.
Not canon. I don't give a shit. The cards, I've never tried it. I will try it at some point out of curiosity's sake, but I'm really thinking that if it comes out for volume 2 or 3, sure, I'll try it there. But if not, give me like 40 years.
So I know you probably have a lot to say. I just want to squeeze something in really quickly if I can before I forget it, because you're going to say a lot, and we'll probably say a lot. And
I know it's going to be a whole lot.
And I might forget this, but I just recently finished replaying 2. So I specifically kind of want to touch on this for a minute, because I mean that is the start of this, anyways. I mean, 1 is technically in the 90s, so that's not allowed. That's way out of the price range. So I just finished 2 recently, and you know, I said what I said, and I know it upsets you about the location, which my mind is so fried right now. I can't even think of it. What is it?
Big Shell.
Big Shell. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Which I do. Let me be clear. I really like Big Shell. I love Big Shell. I think Big Shell is awesome. It's just probably my least favorite of the bunch. But the game is so fucking ahead of its time, man. It's insane. I always forget when I play this game just how on the fucking nose Kojima was about so much of this shit that would happen in just society in general. Yeah.
Everything.
Like, it's insane. And I still to this day, the chills when you, and which we're going into spoilers. I'm assuming this is okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Great.
Come on.
When you get the call from Colonel, and you have that conversation, you know the one I'm talking about.
Right, we're still here.
Yeah, man.
What?
You play that with the lights off, man, in the dark, and for the first time, you got to be creeped out, man. Like,
I'm sitting in a fucking dark room right now, and every time I think about it, it creeps me the fuck out.
But then you kind of get, and I forgot, because again, I've only played this game a couple of times, and it's been a while. But then you get like your map turns into that video of like the girl. Like, it's so creepy, man, and it's so well fucking done, that entire ending sequence of that game. It's just tremendous, man. It's so fucking well done, that video game. And it's a testament to just how ahead of his time Hideo Kojima was, and really still is. I think he did something very similar for open world stuff with Death Stranding.
On accident or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on accident or not, but he's just always done this shit. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, no. So, Metal Gear Solid 2. We're in spoilers, so whatever. The reason I love the Big Shell is because the Big Shell gets to have its cake and eat it. Of course, what I was talking about with Metal Gear Solid 1, how you need Metal Gear Solid 1 for 2 to work, which is because Metal Gear Solid 2 is the inverse of Metal Gear Solid 1. Metal Gear Solid 1, very straightforward. Not as straightforward as Metal Gear gets. Story, it is nukes are bad, we're here to destroy Metal Gear, blah, 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 blah. And what I love is that Kojima was always trying to hand off Metal Gear to the next generation, and he never got a chance to. Metal Gear Solid 2 is his final stamp to just be like, I mean, even at the very end of the game, it's like basically he's telling you that you can't be told who you are, you need to figure it out. So, like, Metal Gear Solid 2 was supposed to be his handing of the torch. The very beginning with the tanker, which again, the tanker is another thing that is so essential to what Metal Gear Solid 2 is, because the tanker shows you that they knew what would work as a safe sequel to Metal Gear Solid 1. The tanker could have been basically another Shadow Moses, and people would have remembered it, and probably people would have been like, oh, Shadow Moses was better. Instead, what I love is that the tanker feels like the safe, surefire sequel that everyone wanted for Metal Gear Solid 1, and yet the entire big shell sequence is basically everything that the game shows of like why wanting a sequel and wanting things to just keep going on in perpetuity could be a mistake. All the cutscenes at the beginning of the game for the tanker, they're paced out perfectly. Codec isn't getting in the way. You're getting nice little callbacks between Otacon and Snake, and then you go to the big shell and it just feels like it is endless. Like, you have already been playing the game. The game knows whether if you've done the tanker mission or not, and yet the game is interrupting you. It is bothering you about every little thing. Right, and press the action button. Motherfucker, I have 3 hours in this game already. I know what the action button does. Like, oh, I've snuck into the sneaking point. Like, it constantly interrupts you, and it just feels like this is what the nightmare version of a Metal Gear Solid sequel would feel like. And then not only, like, here's the thing, that's the meta narrative of it, and then the narrative of the game itself with the Solid Snake simulation, which is supposed to be basically training Raiden to become another Solid Snake through real VR training. So it adds on this extra level that the big shell is supposed to be a copy of Shadow Moses, but then also the social sanity, I already forgot what it is, the other S3 plan, I forgot what it's called already, but that being on top of it, where you realize that it was an AI that was designing it to prove that they can make Raiden believe whatever he wants. So then there's this extra added layer of finding out that an AI is the one that designed the sterile big shell to mimic Shadow Moses. That's just the big shell. That is just the separate levels that are on the big shell to explain the big shell, and we're not even into the fucking story yet. This game is insane.
It's wild. Like, what? And I don't know if you've ever done this. I'm sure you have. You've played these games a fucking 1,000 times. But literally just going, because I went straight from 1 into this game, and to just see what they were doing with it, how this is like supposed to give you this uncanny, like deja vu basically of 1. You're doing 1 again. It's just with all of these kind of everything's not right. It's slightly different with Raiden now. And how they play that, and that's actually how it works out in the story. It's so fucking intelligent, man. And it's just, again, I don't want this to be an hour of sucking Kojima's cock, but it literally, it could literally be an hour of sucking Kojima's cock.
Spoilers, I have PT later. We're gonna do it again.
It's just the way the man thinks just ahead of everyone else in the way he develops games and makes them, is just insane, man. And yeah, like playing this just right off of 1. They're the perfect companion pieces for each other. You're right. Whereas, they all work incredibly well together. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, 1 with 2 is just, it's just such a smooth fucking transition between the two and what they're trying to do there. And yeah, like you said, Kojima wanted to hand it off there, but didn't get to. Wouldn't get to until a long time later.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
That's the thing.
He was there till the end,
and he didn't even get to really finish it too, which is a fucking disaster. But that's a story for another day. Which I'm sure we'll talk about actually, because you fucking cheated and put everything on your list.
You're goddamn right I did.
But yeah, 2's just I cannot. tell you. Like it is when it feels so insulting for me to say this, but it is still my least, and which I got to replay 3, which I can't see that fucking dropping. But it's my it's my least favorite of the 4 as of now, but I mean, it's still a masterpiece, so it's such an insult to it to say that, but I just love all these games so fucking much. I really do.
That's the thing. This is right there next to me. It hurts me every single fucking time to say that this one is number 2 for me, that it almost feels better for me to be like, this is 1B. This is 1B. I will happily put Peace Walker in number 3, number 4, number 5 to give these 2 games more distance, because like I just feel so wrong putting it at 2. Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of those games that even what I described with the big shell, that is just fucking insanity to me, that like I don't even think I fully explained it. I don't even think I fully explained how deep the big shell itself as just a design and as a concept goes, and then you just realize that a whole bunch of the rest of the game is just those echoes. Like, it's always supposed to sound like if someone was at the end of a hallway and you heard their echo, and if you were like, I don't know, like half a yard away and you heard that echo, that's what Metal Gear Solid 2 is to 1. And I love it because all of it is just this uncanny valley of just almost this sickening wish of like, you don't actually want a new game. What you want is the same shit you had before. And the game almost openly mocks you for it. Like, it's like, oh, you want to play a Snake? This guy is Snake. He's a whiny little bitch the entire game. Oh, by the way, he's a child soldier. He's a hard drinker. He has a girlfriend. It's proven that he fucks. And he's actually might be the most deadly fucking character in this entire game because he took out 20 Metal Gear Rays. And Snake has only taken out, 5 Metal Gears in separate occasions, while Raiden did 20 in a fucking row. Fuck you. Like, it's a game that just goes so balls hard about be careful what you wish for, because you never know what's going to turn out. And then with it finally ending at the end with just like this resignation of like, we're not going to give you what you want, which is, I feel bad because I say that about how Metal Gear Solid 2 almost respectfully spits you in the face, and it's like, you don't know what you want, but this is still something that you want. I hate that I say that, because then Metal Gear Solid 3 is like, hey, I'm sorry, and I'm just like, I fucking love you. It's very weird having 2 and 3 back to back, because like these 2 games do 2 separate things for me, which is 2 hits me straight on that intellectual, holy shit, this is so well thought out, and then Metal Gear Solid 3 is like, hey, do you just want like a really emotional story? And I'm like, well, don't mind if I fucking do. So, yeah, no, I feel really bad because like, even with everything that I said, I'm still nowhere deep enough into what Metal Gear Solid 2 is all about. But yet, I hope I've given enough to kind of like encapsulate what is so special about the fucking brain that's on Metal Gear Solid 2.
Shout out to when, you got the Colonel just starting to go crazy there with the codec calls. He just starts giving you instructions for Metal Gear Solid 1. Like, just fucking incredible stuff. It's so fucking good.
But seriously, man, that conversation at the end is fucking terrifying.
It's
like,
it's so creepy, man. We've been watching you. It's like
a primordial soup that's been growing underneath the White House. A social consciousness, and you're like, this is fucking scary. Because everything he's saying is also kind of true. Like, be nice to everyone else, but beat out the competition. And he starts pointing out all these contradictions and how the whole message is that humanity is not to be trusted because none of you guys are meant to be omniscient enough to be able to know what's better for humans. And it's like, God damn it, you're fucking spitting. It is as existential dread as existential dread gets. And it's just, oh.
It's a pretty good video game, not gonna lie.
What a good video game. Hey, that's some kind of art right there.
Yeah, and then you go into Metal Gear Solid. You go into Metal Gear Solid 3, and it's an apology tour. It's like, come on, Kojima, gee.
No. But then he apologized, and we're like, holy shit, that was a sick apology.
I can't
You
wait.
do it again?
Yeah, I fucking can't wait to replay Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do that.
Just, oh my god. Metal Gear Solid 3 is just Kojima, like, alright, fine. Obviously, I can't hand this shit off. Which, by the way, it's always funny to me because every time that I think about Metal Gear Solid 3, I remember how Henry Gregerson Williams, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, the composer after Metal Gear Solid 2 was like, I don't know, man, I kind of don't want to compose again. And Hideo Kojima was talking to him, and he's like, oh, why? And he's just like, I don't know, man, I kind of don't want to do more espionage. I kind of want to do something jungly. And then Kojima was like, okay, yeah, we can do that. And so now there's just a fucking jungle in Russia. Why? Fucking frozen tundra. Russia has a jungle now. Whatever. Who the fuck cares? Metal Gear Solid 3 is just such a fun time. You can really... Kojima, I think, what is it? In, like, Peace Walker, his little description is, my body is 70% movies, and it's up to you what I do with the rest of the 30%. And nowhere is that more on display in Metal Gear Solid 3. It really feels like Kojima probably got the shit beaten out of him in Metal Gear Solid 2, and he's just like, alright, Metal Gear Solid 3, fine. We're just gonna make this the fun game. We're gonna make this we're just gonna give everything that the fans want. And just, his love of James Bond shines through this so clear. Oh, excuse me. It shines so clearly. His love of movies shows up every time that you save the game. There's so much love put into this game. All the bosses are sick and probably on the same level as Foxhound from Metal Gear Solid 1. But the real fucking showstopper is the boss, which it's so funny because Kojima is the guy that created fucking Quiet from Metal Gear Solid V. But he's also the man who has maybe the best female sexual temptress in a video game with Eva, and then he probably has, like, easily top 5 most badass female characters with the boss.
Whoa! What's wrong with Quiet? Don't be shit talking Quiet. You will be ashamed of your words and deeds, sir.
I wasn't.
You will be ashamed.
Her outfit is still stupid.
She needs to breathe, so her skin needs to be free.
Sorry. Don't worry. Chapter 3 is probably where I'm gonna eat my deeds. Okay, Chapter 3. Don't worry. That's where I'm really gonna feel bad that I'm shit talking her right now. Never be game over, man. Don't worry. He's gonna go back. Don't worry. Sony is gonna buy the IP, and he's gonna be like, I just want to make Chapter 3.
It's gonna be
that's it.
It's gonna be DLC for Metal Gear Solid Volume 3 2, the collection you watch.
Whatever copium you're huffing, please send me some. Okay, it might make me happier. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3. Just the entire fucking twist too at the end. It is one of the best denouements to a fucking game just ever, because it just really hurts when you realize that the entire game is a metaphor about where your loyalties lie, which I love that replaying it, they put the loyalty line so thick at the beginning that when the boss defects, you're like, oh, that's why you laid it on so thick. And then you get to the ending, and it's like almost a double twist because you didn't think that it was going to be relevant again. Like, it's... I love Metal Gear Solid 3. I love Metal Gear Solid 3. I love playing it. I love the camo system. I love the eating system. I love all the level design. I love the AI in this game. I love all the cutscenes. I love the story. I love all these characters. Like, I love Metal Gear Solid 3. God damn it, I love Metal Gear Solid 3.
I'm going to say something that might upset you, or that you might vehemently disagree with, but I'm going to say it because I truly believe it in my heart of hearts. Snake Eater is the best video game song ever. Period.
I'm angry.
I just think it is. I think in terms of the memorability of it, I think in terms of just the iconicness of it, I fucking think that song's incredible. It's just number one for me. That's just it. That's just it.
Know. It's really hard to beat 1-1 for me from Mario. Like, I'm not. Yeah, seriously, like that's.
Mario.
It so much in fucking iconic points that, like, I don't think I could ever declare anything but that one.
That's fair.
But, like, if I had to name number 2, No, I think I could ignore the Zelda theme for it.
It's the Zelda theme. Oh, fuck.
Da,
Yeah,
da,
yeah,
da,
yeah,
da,
yeah, of
da,
course.
da,
But yes, I think Snake Eater is just like, I mean, is there a more like there? If we're ranking my top 5 most whatever bullshit memorable gaming moments you want to do, I probably have 2 fucking Kojima moments on there. And number 1 is the Psycho Mantis boss, or sorry, not number 1. One of them is the Psycho Mantis boss right from Metal Gear Solid 1. And then the other is climbing the ladder in fucking Metal Gear Solid 3. I mean, it's just etched into my fucking mind and will always be etched into my mind for eternity. Just you ever watch something and you're just like, it really much reminds me of Mulholland Drive. And there's the scene in the theater where she's singing the song. You know what I'm talking about. You just watched this movie not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm getting emotional. Like, I don't even know why I'm getting emotional, man, but this is just making me emotional. And that's that scene for me, man. It's just like you're climbing up a ladder and the music just starts swelling and it goes and you're just like, fuck, man.
No. It doesn't swell. Well, I mean, I guess her lyrics.
The lyrics, yeah, the lyrics, yeah. It's just
it just creeps.
It
just creeps in. It's like you had this long boss fight with the end, no matter how long it took you, because it's a fucking sniper battle, and you're like, oh, okay.
Unless you were cheating, fast forwarded your PS2's date, you bastard.
Oh no. Do you know the other cheat?
Which one?
The Konami code.
Oh, this Konami code work. Fuck, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, no. If you look at the map on the start screen, if you use the Konami code on the map, it points you out where he is.
Oh, that's I want to see if did it do that in the remake collection too?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna try that. That's fucking incredible. I did not know that.
It's hilarious.
That's awesome. Like, yeah, the one I knew about is when you fast forward your PS2's clock date, obviously. I forget how far in the future you had to go, but you have to go in the future.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, that's it. Or 1 week. He's just dead. It's fucking hilarious.
And what I love is that they give you shit on the code.
Oh yeah,
like,
they do. They do.
That's you dishonorable bastard. And what I love
so
is
good.
that the game just assumes that you did it intentionally, because you probably could just be like, fuck, I've been busy for a week. You come back, I'm ready to do this boss fight. Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't mean for that to happen.
You fucking asshole! You just let him die.
It's
like,
but that's another just memorable fucking moment of Kojima, and I agree with you. You said it. I think that the boss fights in Metal Gear Solid 2 are good, but they're not on the same level as 1 for me. But 3 is. 3 has some absolutely fantastic boss fights in it, and the end is certainly one of those for sure. A very memorable boss fight.
Do you know?
One of my favorite moments.
Skip the end?
What's that?
Do you know how to skip the end?
No. Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck, I don't remember, but I have heard that before.
So what you do is that in one of the cutscenes where the end is just sitting in a wheelchair, he's still sitting out there before another grunt grabs him to wheel him back in. You can pull out a sniper and shoot the end there and kill him, and you skip the boss fight. And you know how all of the bosses, when they die, they explode?
Yes.
When he explodes, it sends the wheelchair's wheel at you, and no matter what happens, it always hits you.
Fuck, that's just incredible. It's so good.
It's awesome.
And it's so fun to watch people play it too. I gotta, we're on the last episode here, so I gotta give one final shout out to my boy Dark Side Phil and his absolutely incredible 2.5-3 hour "This is how you don't play Metal Gear Solid 3" video, and Phil's brilliant strategy of just running up to the end with a shotgun and trying to fucking blow him up that way. Great shot, Phil. Like, let's just bring a fucking close range rifle to a fucking sniper fight.
It's the last episode. I'm gonna say it. Just fucking retarded. Just I see him doing that. I'm just like, I just want to punch you in the fucking face.
Oh, fuck! It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen is watching him fight the end. After this episode, I'm probably gonna throw that on because it just I've just been fucking down lately in that. But that fucking every time I watch that makes me fucking just giggle like a hyena. I fucking love that so much.
Just in that same vein, just because we're talking about the end, you want to know what's one of my favorite things that I found out on my multiple playthroughs? So, when you beat the Sorrow, you get his camo, right?
Yes.
Do you know what that camo does?
Not offhand. I might have, but I don't remember.
Okay. So I don't know if no, you haven't played Metal Gear Solid 3 in years. So Metal Gear Solid 2, you know how like you can run up to guards. You can literally just fucking full speed run at them and they don't hear you, right?
Yes.
So Metal Gear Solid 3 doesn't do that. Like you
Yes.
can literally walk really quietly around them and they will like if you get too close to them, they will turn around and see you. The Sorrow's camo deadens your silent steps. Like it just it's completely quiet. And so there's a trophy for it in the HD collection to sneak up on the end, and the only way you can do it is with the Sorrow's camo. And this is a trophy I think I got on complete accident because I was just like, oh, I had the Sorrow camo. I'm gonna fucking catch him and I'm gonna sneak up behind him because I want to. And when the trophy popped, I was like, ah, look at that! Ah, I can't believe it.
That's fucking incredible, man. I love that. That.
And there's even like special dialogue because like when you hold him up, he's like, "How?" He's like, "There's no one's ever been able to do that ever. What? How? How did you do this?"
These games, man. Oh, I gotta. Oh, side note on Audacity, is it just? Sorry, you can cut this out later, obviously, or whatever. On Audacity, is there supposed to be two things simultaneously going?
Oh, that's fine. It's recording you in stereo, whatever.
Okay,
I can probably down mix it to mono.
Okay, sorry, I didn't. I just realized that, and I've never seen that before. Okay, good. Anyways, yeah, what I fucking it's just the way he goes about the things you can do, the creativity with his games, the different ways you can do things and accomplish your goals. It's so fucking smart, and he's just at his peak here in just a super, like you said, jungle in Russia. What the fuck? But it's such a super memorable setting. You get the incredible story of just Big Boss, and because you hear about him so much in the first two games, right? Like he's such a character without ever really experiencing him. And this is your chance to experience him in Metal Gear Solid 3, and it all leads up to that obviously incredible fight at the very end of the game. It's magical.
And no. If we're gonna talk about music here again, because it's just like it's 5 minutes of complete silence. It's just the wind. It's just the sounds of the fight, and then like halfway through, Snake Eater just starts again, and it's just like really quiet. It's just a instrumental for a little bit. The boss is teasing you like there's only 5 minutes left, Jack, and then the lyrics start kicking in, and it's like it's so painful because like I could beat the boss like before the music even kicks in. So I'm just like, man, I want to time this properly so I can beat her as soon as the music ends. But like once that song ends, it's over. Like if you don't get her, it's over. So I'm just like, I can't wait until I can't time it properly, and it always makes me sad.
It's a great song, and I'm pretty sure I fucked it up once where I did let it get too far and it's ended. Not on purpose.
Oh, I've done it.
Oh yeah, not on purpose. I'm just a bad scrub gamer. But yeah, no, the way the music works there. I mean, it's a Hideo Kojima game. You always know you're gonna get usually something pretty goddamn good with the soundtrack there for what's there, and this game is definitely no exception to the rule. It's so good.
By the way, do you know about the 3 snakes that are at that battlefield?
Yes, I have heard that before. Been a while though, but I do know what you're referring to. I wouldn't.
Okay, no, just something that I love, that there's 3 white snakes that are solid, liquid, and solid.
Yes.
This is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
this is soy shit. I love it.
Yeah, I mean that's and I mean if you want to, and obviously I'm not trying to transition yet, but Metal Gear Solid 4 is basically soy the game. Like that's kind of
icing the video game.
Yeah, like that's kind of what it is. So I mean, it's and Metal Gear Solid 4 is the one where, and I get it. He after 2 he wanted to be done. After 3 he wanted to be done. 4 is the first one where it's like, okay, guys, I'm done now. Surely there's no way I can make something after this. This looks pretty fucking final. Of course, that's not the case, but...
You idiot. Do you know how many snakes he created? There's always more. Wrap up another story.
Fuck. Well, I guess we gotta explain Metal Gear 1's boss's fucking origins.
I'm just saying, man, we could have gotten a strategy game starring Liquid Snake.
Yeah, it would be fucking great to play the shit out of
that. Okay, so I guess one thing before we transition to Metal Gear Solid 3. When we transition to 4. Metal Gear Solid 3, that final song, just she was a true patriot. And then that song, Way to Fall. Way to Fall is just one of those beautiful punctuating moments where it's like, damn, man. After that twist at the end, I don't know why I'm dancing around it. We spoiled all of Metal Gear Solid 2, but I still don't want to spoil the one for 3. But, like, when it drops that song, son, you've got a way to fall. Like, it's so good because it's this entire story about loyalties and how they're going to be shifting with the times. And then that song is basically like, dude, you got so fucked over, you have no idea. And, I love it.
Also, a very good video game, I would say.
I mean, I guess it's fine. I don't know, man. There's probably it's no Minecraft.
No, yeah, definitely not.
Metal Gear Solid 4. You take the lead. On
Yeah,
this,
well,
I know you.
And this sucks because, man, I really wish I'd have played this more than once. But you know, and it's definitely like it's for me. If I'll tell you this for sure, and obviously we're off the air now after this, so this doesn't matter. But if by 20, like I am gonna play Metal Gear Solid 3 here after Mario RPG, and my hope is that Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2 will be next year. If it is not, then we will be playing Metal Gear Solid 4 on the PS3 because I'm not waiting any longer than next year. That game will 100% be getting a replay, and honestly probably for the best because I don't know if I trust them to port that game because that game's never been ported before, and I imagine the code's going to be...
Hold on. Do you need it out by next year, or do you need it at least?
No, it needs to be out by next year, man. I ain't waiting.
Damn.
I'm not waiting more than that, man. Like
you are playing it on PS3 next
like
year.
The only reason I'm not going to play it directly after Metal Gear Solid 3 is some copium that it might be next year. If it's not, though, if I don't hear anything by like summer of next year, then it's fucking getting played. And to be honest, I could just fucking replay it again. I fucking love the game, so it doesn't really matter.
Look, man, the performance is fine until there are 3 grenades on the screen and the game turns into a slideshow. Like it's okay.
That'll get a little bit tricky. But yeah, this...
Look, it is still 60 frames when Snake pulls off that penis off of that statue. Can you imagine hearing that without context and just be like, what the fuck is this series? There's a fucking AI that tells the future, there's a tanker, and there's an AI, and now you're telling me that this character is ripping dicks off of statues.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, at the end of the game, well, fuck. All right, whatever. We're still spoiling shit. At the end of the game, you're crawling through a literal fucking cancer tube, and you're literally like just crying your fucking eyes out. At least I was. I'm a bitch, and that moment fucking got to me, man. Look.
Nah, man. You want to know what that moment was for me? That moment for me was, you're gonna fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah? Yeah, crying from pain, more like.
Dude, Snake drops down, throws up, and falls to the ground, and I'm just like, same here, brother, same here.
Yeah. So this game is obviously adored by me. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It's just everything. It's a perfect culmination of a series to me. There's so much stuff in this series that just kind of lovingly throws back to stuff for me. Obviously, the moment when you go back to Shadow Moses specifically probably is the first example of me coming my pants over a video game.
Dude, when you're at the Nomad and they're like, where can he get a naked nuke? And they're like, Rex. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, we need to go back to Shadow Moses. Like, what?
Yeah, that was me. That
was every single Metal Gear fan. Like, how were we so lucky? How can we do this? Can we get much higher?
Can we get much higher? The Beauty and the Beast unit.
Kojima said no.
Yes. No. The Beauty and the Beast unit are fucking great. I think they're all super awesome. I love their designs. They're, again, some great boss fights there you get out of it, and it's just some wild shit. Obviously, the Screaming Mantis fight, I think, is just fun and a great... Again, I think I talked about in the last episode, but trying to do the old controller port switch again and you get shit on. It's...
So
yeah,
good.
he's always there to fucking slap you down when you need be. What's the name of the fucking is it Drebin store? Drebin points, Drebin coins? I don't fucking remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drebin, him and his fucking monkey or whatever. Naked monkey are just fucking fantastic together. I love it. You get some wacky fucking characters here. This game actually, I think, like more than any in the way the story is presented, it just reminds me a lot. There's a lot of inspiration I feel pulled from, or Death Stranding pulls from this. Like it feels very like you get those like really just long ass juicy cutscenes, which obviously V we do not get. V is a very different type of game. But yeah, I mean, just seeing Meryl come back and the team back from Metal Gear Solid 1 and tying up all the loose ends that you can in this series. Old Man Snake is just incredible. I fucking love Old Man Snake. I remember I had a friend that fucking hated Old Man Snake. I don't know why. He just hated that he was old. He didn't want to play as an old guy. He thought that was boring.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. And I actually finally got him to play when I told him that you got the young face you could throw on and just pretend, just cosplay as a younger guy, and that actually got him to finally fucking play the game.
I love that he was like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore that young Snake is going and hitting his back.
And again, you play as an old guy, and it's like very accurate and realistic. You know, like your back pain.
It's super integral to the story. So you're just like, oh man, this young man is having really bad problems.
Yeah, because he's dying. He's old. Shocking, I know. But yeah, from everything from the closing bits, which I'm not going to go into spoilers, kind of like you did with Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't want to spoil it for people, but
I mean, you hold this one way closer to your
heart
than
I do.
And like I hold 3 really
and I don't want to spoil it for people. So it's an incredible experience. It's the culmination of everything Metal Gear, and God, I mean, Kojima literally plays the voice of God, so that should tell you everything you need to know.
Which, by the way, when is that? Like, I still don't know where the fuck that is.
Yeah, it's fuck. I did look it up not too long ago, and I forget now. Fuck, it's hold on, I can find it. You talk about the.
Wait, actually, hold on. I have a lot of liquids in me. I'm gonna go pee. Let it keep rolling. Just let the recording keep rolling because it's gonna be really a big mess if we pause. So I will be.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go too. So, and I won't pause either. Sounds good.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, I hear you coughing, so you're almost back then.
Oh, door closed. No. Here we go. All right, I am back if you are.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, all right. So where were we? Oh wait, no. You were talking about how you didn't want to spoil Metal Gear Solid.
No,
4, right?
and then we were talking about the voice of God.
Oh yeah, okay. So where the hell does God show up?
So
in this video game?
from again, it's a lot of people like it's kind of one of those things that like it's almost like a PT like secret where it's like, is this confirmed or not? But from the best thing I can see is that during the Psycho Mantis bit in the Mantis bit in Metal Gear Solid 4, when you're doing the flashback sequence button and you're kind of getting those flashback sequence, if you do it a bunch of times, God says something, but that's not entirely confirmed, and a lot of people think it's just a riff, like he's just kind of being Kojima, and he's just adding it in and doing his thing. I like this theory though. One of the top comments I saw on Reddit, to piss off DSP, and I think that's the best thing. So we're gonna go with that. Kojima World Order.
Kojima is God. It's right there. Kojima is God.
Right. But yeah, this game is just seminal game for me. I literally bought a fucking PS3 for this game. I was a big Xbox nerd, fucking stinky Xbox gamer. For the 360 gen, actually for the regular Xbox gen too. I was full on Xbox for a while. What moved me over to the PS3 side was Metal Gear Solid 4. I really didn't go back after that. It's just such an important game to me. Kojima's an important guy for me. Fucking love this game to pieces.
So Metal Gear Solid 4 is still a very important game to me. I've replayed it a lot of times, honestly. It's probably right next to Metal Gear Solid 3, the amount of times I've replayed it. It's only in recent years that Metal Gear Solid 2 has improved for me, where I've replayed Metal Gear Solid 2 probably more than 4 at this point. 4, I actually created my own chapter select, where I dropped saves at specific moments that I always knew I wanted to return back to. And the funny thing is, I still have those saves. Like, from my PS3 back then, I still have it. Like, on a USB stick, I have it backed up on my computer. I still have it loaded up on my PS3s. And every time that I load it up, the game's like, hey, man, this is 1.0 saves. You're not going to be able to get trophies for this. I'm like, I don't give a shit, man. I just want to do the fucking bike sequence from Act 3 again. Now, I still love this game. The thing is that on my most recent replay, I just realized, man, the first 2 acts, kind of nothing really happens in the narrative. It's almost the same thing of introducing characters, being like, hey, you see this person, and it's like, yep, it's really cool to see Vamp in 1080p, and it just doesn't feel like until Act 3 is when the game actually starts moving, because at least Meryl starts getting pissed off at Snake, and it's just funny because, like, it is the most pure stealth sequence of the entire series, and it might also be the most annoying one because the fucking character's always running back and just, ugh. Anyways, it isn't until Act 3 that I feel like the game starts moving, but when it starts moving, holy fucking shit, does it keep going. I really do love this game because it is the most soy as soy gets Metal Gear, and it is so self-referential, and it's so in love with itself, and it is so happy that you're here and you care about Metal Gear as much as Metal Gear cares about Metal Gear. And just, I really do love it, but at the end of the day, it is just also the one that it's like, it's pure icing. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if I could break down the substance of Metal Gear Solid 4, because, like, I don't really know if they're... like, Metal Gear Solid 3 and 2, like, I can point out the themes that it's going for. Metal Gear Solid 4, I just sort of think it's just a big last hurrah.
It's a fuck you. I'm done with the series now. Leave me alone.
Well, in a very Japanese way. I forgot what it was. I think that... Do you know gaming, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they had a video about Retro Studios and, like, basically all of Retro Studios, like, since I think it began, and they were talking about like how they have Japanese sensibilities, where if someone from Nintendo of Japan told you, "Hey, we recommend you do this," they don't mean like, hey, it's a suggestion. We mean fucking do it. You don't understand that this is the kind way that Japanese people speak. I almost feel like it's the same way, where Kojima's Japanese way of saying fuck off, I'm done with this, is I'm giving you everything that you want. What else do you want of me? So yes, you're probably right. In a very Japanese way, he said, what else do you want from me? Leave me the fuck alone.
Well, we can we can get into the PT conversation too. That could be more of that later, though, if you believe some of those theories. But
I do.
I do as well. I love that video, and I think
like,
it's great. I turned Damon onto it too recently.
Oh, dude, no, I know. I accidentally tagged
great.
him in the link, and then I keep listening to the episode, and it's like, oh, you sent it.
Yeah.
Well, whoops. Sorry, DB. Sorry for tagging you.
It's so good. But yeah, no, it's like you said. You're absolutely right. It doesn't quite have the same focused
Depth.
theme, I guess. Focused theme, focused depth, you would say. But it absolutely is the Avengers Endgame of Metal Gear Solid. Just
the investment you have
Exactly,
in the series
yeah.
magnifies how good Metal Gear Solid 4
Yeah,
is.
for sure. So it's one of my favorites of all time. We'll see what happens on a replay. But I adore this fucking game. So
How do you feel about the Patriots and their reveal here? Because over time, it's bothered me, but it isn't until V comes in that it kind of fixes it a little bit. For me.
what bothered you exactly about it?
That the fun, goofy cast from Metal Gear Solid 3 end up being the most evil motherfuckers on the planet.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely. I guess I'm just kind of used to Kojima kind of making turns like that. I mean, another example I'd kind of use is how different fucking Ocelot is in V. To the Ocelot.
That one I can actually explain though.
Yeah. I
No, because it is literally the only. Okay, like I don't like it. I
Yeah,
still think it's
yeah.
the worst Ocelot, but it makes sense because we have never seen Ocelot without 14 double crosses going on at the same time. This is the only time that he's like, bro, do you know how tiring it is convincing everyone that I'm on their side? I'm just tired, man. I'm just gonna hang out here.
Yeah, I'll say this. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me because I felt it. I felt it. It served the tone and the direction of this game the way I wanted to go. It is definitely Whiplash. I'll say that.
All right, yeah, no. I still am like,
But again,
all right, fine. At least V.
Again, 3 is replaying. We will be replaying 3 very soon, and then 4, and then I will probably replay Peace Walker. Well, I definitely need to play Peace Walker. I say again, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I ever fucking finished Peace Walker. I don't know if I did.
Oh, dude. Like,
So
Peace Walker is like quietly super. About
here's the thing with Peace Walker, and I guess we can transition now, anyways.
PSP.
That's it. That's it for me, man. I just had no fucking interest in playing on the fucking PSP, and I did, and I honestly I forget. I know I was very near the end. I don't know if I quite pulled the trigger and finished it. I'm pretty sure I did, but I need to replay and make sure I fucking did. And even if that's, I don't know if the rumor is including that or not in Volume 2. Is it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it is.
Great.
That 4.
Great. If it is, and it's definitely in and replayed. If it's not, I was just going to play it on Steam Deck anyways, which is a far better way for me to play portable shit. I have it on there. But yeah, so that game 100% needs to be revisited for me. But then my point was I'm going to probably replay V2 as well and finish off the series. So.
No, I still need to play Peace Walker again. Which, by the way, Peace Walker is totally going to be the one that I'm going to drag feet to platinum because I know that's a
It's a
that's an
grindy bitch, I'm
involved
guessing.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like V is a bitch to platinum too.
Oh, dude, grinding out the fucking animals, just having to do that is probably gonna kill me. But also, I feel like if I can I forgot what I was looking at. So did I tell you about how I tried to buy another phone?
The A53 or A54? Yeah, I read about that.
Yeah, pretty much. Part of me was thinking, what if I buy like a little clamp for a controller, remote play off of that thing, and I can just do some grindy shit on it? Or even like the Voice of Cards game, it'd be perfect.
Well, I've got the perfect product for you, Edwin. Did you know that tomorrow, for the low price of $269.99 Canadian, you can get your hands on a PlayStation Portal?
No. I have a phone. I can buy a $5 clip, and I have a dual sense Edge already. Fuck off.
I actually hate to admit it, but I'm kind of tempted in the PlayStation Portal.
You have a Steam Deck. Is there not remote play on that thing?
Here's the thing. Yes, but I mean, first of all, it doesn't have DualSense features. And I feel like
it's DualSense $270.
Yeah, that's what's holding me off right now is the price. That's it.
Honestly, $100. That would be.
I would probably do $150.
$100
Canadian. So actually, it's about the same. Yeah, I would do about I would do about $150. I think for it. $270 is a little bit too much. Unless I'll tell you this right now, because I know our good friend Sugar Shane is buying this, And if he comes in my DMs,
Oh, he is.
he is. And if he comes in my DMs and starts sucking off Returnal and saying how fucking good Returnal is on this thing, I might crack. We'll see.
So I know you're not in the passive Discord right now, so you haven't seen Pony Stable. I've seen some clips on there where it's like the thing is low latency. I don't know how the fuck it works, but it's like lower latency than I've seen before, and I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if you guys are. It's Pony Stable, so how credible are
No,
you
I
guys?
get it.
But,
I get it.
like, it's lower delay from like screen to screen, where like you can usually tell for other remote plays. I'm like,
Yeah, like it's not like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a remote play streaming guy. You know me. I usually hate that shit. But if it like, unfortunately, Returnal's not an option on the Steam Deck in terms of just buying it because it runs like shit on Steam Deck. So if you can give me a way to play that portably, and again, I think the DualSense features are great for Returnal, so I'm gonna slobber on that a little bit more. But you give me a way to play that like runs well, that's a little bit tempting, I gotta say. And there's some other things too, like for instance, I really want to replay those Final Fantasy the Pixel remasters. The PlayStation version's way better, like just straight up than the Steam version. Like they've got extra features, all this other bullshit. And that would be fine. Like if there's a little bit of latency on that, I don't give a shit. Like that's a fucking pixel JRPG. Like,
oh no, yeah. I missed hitting items to get a potion. Oh no,
like
nothing happened because of the delay.
Yeah, so like games like that, it literally doesn't fucking make a difference. And I would rather play something like that portably than I would on my big TV, because I don't know why, it's just hardwired for me. I like that kind of stuff portably now. But yeah, 270 is a little bit too high of an asking price for me, but we'll see how hard Shane sucks it off. That might change my mind.
A $36 phone, a
$5
clip,
that'll never happen
and
for me.
my $200 controller.
I am, for whatever reason, I'm just, something about playing on a phone feels disgusting to me. No, thank you. I can't do that. Can't do it.
It's a screen.
Nope.
It's just a screen.
Nope. No, it's a phone.
It's a USB-C cord connecting a controller to a screen.
It's a phone. Fuck off. I don't want to play on my phone.
I'm just thinking of that meme with the villain from SpongeBob, where he's like, Patrick, this is your wallet. It is not a phone. It is a screen running an app. I'm not playing on my phone.
But then, I think, okay, if I spend fucking nearly $300 on this fucking PlayStation Portal, what's another $500? Just go buy a Steam Deck OLED. Like, fuck it. But then we're getting into some.
No. Look, here's what you need to remind yourself of. If Metal Gear Solid 4 comes out on the PlayStation 5 in Volume 2, you can play it in the palm of your hand on the Steam Deck, the PC version.
That is true. Although, no, not on Volume 1 doesn't work on Steam Deck at all. So.
That's stupid.
It's complete.
That is brain dead. What the fuck?
It's completely broken. It just doesn't work. Unless they might have fixed it by now. I'd have to check. But at launch, it was totally broken. Would not work at all. So they're very creative, and like Valve actually goes in and gets a lot of shit working on the back end, because obviously they want SteamOS to be successful. So some of that could end up working, but yeah, no, as of right now, nothing.
Shout out to Steam. Like, they're out here, they're so fucking good that they're a better console manufacturer than other people, that they go in to fix the fucking game.
Yeah, I have nothing positive to say about Stinky PC Gaming, but Valve as a company is...
Valve, the console maker.
The Steam Deck console maker. Valve is awesome, man. Valve is great. We are so off topic, though, and I'm so fucking tired, so we should fucking steer back here.
We still have fucking movies.
And TV. Well, I don't have much to say about TV. I'm going to fucking burn through that. TV can fuck itself.
All right.
On my end, anyways.
Metal Gear Solid 4, we got that.
Metal Gear Solid 4, yeah. Peace Walker, we started talking about it. It's there. Let's just go. What else?
Okay, I'm just going to sum up a whole bunch about Peace Walker then. I very much enjoy it. I like the mission structure of it. I still think that it might be like secretly one of the most emotional stories in the entire series, because it's all about Snake and hearing rumors that the boss is still alive, and him having to come to terms with basically all that trauma from Metal Gear Solid 3 that he just buried and never accepted, which is really the breaking point that turns... It's funny, because Metal Gear Solid 3 is totally like, oh yeah, Naked Snake, that's how he turns into Big Boss. But then, like, Peace Walker goes, but this is actually where he broke and became Big Boss. And it's funny, because, like, after this, it's like, yeah, he really could have been the villain. And then V kind of fucks it up, because, like, I don't really think that he's that much of a villain in V, at least until something around the end, but we'll talk about that when we get to that. Portable Ops. I always love Portable Ops. This is also another one that, like, quietly, like, I really like the story for Portable Ops. And this is one that explains how Snake was able to get the funds to be able to get Outer Heaven, and I just really like the story between him and these psychic twins and his relation with Fox, and how Fox is like, dude, you never gave us the Philosopher's Legacy. What's going on? He's like, I gave it to you guys, and then it's like, nope, Eva stole the funds, so you got to pay this shit out of your ass. He's like, God damn it. Portable Ops, I love it. I'm very sad that it gets ignored, but like it's a damn good game. Also, another banging song that's stuck in this game, Calling to the Night. Calling to the Night is sick. So yeah, that's. Did you ever play Portable Ops or no?
No, that one I haven't actually, unfortunately. Again, just the portable stuff is a hard sell for me. When I did end up going back, because I didn't play Peace Walker right after it came out, I played it way later. When I did go back to it, I basically did because people were like, "Nah, this is like pretty essential to the story, bud. You should play it. Like, there's a lot of stuff here." So I was like, okay. I didn't quite hear the same about Portable Ops, so I didn't.
No, it is funny how like everyone is always like, "Oh man, V wouldn't be the game it is without Peace Walker," and it's like Peace Walker would not be the fucking game without Portable Ops. Portable Ops is it. Portable Ops is so much the template. It is the unrefined Peace Walker, and then Peace Walker refined it, and then V just shine that shit up to a perfect sheen. Like, Portable Ops does not get enough acknowledgement for the fact that it got us to V, and it's not even like the Dominoes meme. It's just like a straight line that you can draw.
Yeah, maybe one day. I would like to. Don't get me wrong. I could definitely, and I assume I could emulate it pretty easy on Steam Deck. So never know.
Oh yeah, no, it's a PSP game. It's very easy.
Steam Deck games were actually kind of a bitch or Steam Deck, fuck. PSP games were kind of a bitch to get working because you had to get like the font of PSP is copyrighted. So you had to actually go out and find like the custom font to get the text to work, because I actually got like Metal Gear and I got Peace Walker to work, but there was no text showing up at the fucking menu because of this. So that was a whole other thing I had to fix, but I did fix it. So
that is, wait. Okay, wait. How is this being emulated? What?
So, like the emulator itself, right? Like it's through the Steam Deck, and I don't know the exact name of the emulator. It's a specific PSP emulator, though.
PPSS.
Yes, I think that's the one. That's the one. But they can't.
That works on my phone.
But they can't.
Like that worked on my phone.
That's bizarre. I don't know, but the one I had, for whatever reason, I think it's specific games, because I know some would work fine. But I know they said that the font is copyrighted and they can't include it in there anymore or whatever. But it was pretty easy to find it. I just download the font. The problem was, obviously, when you're trying to do things on the Steam Deck and you don't have you can't plug it into mouse and keyboard. It's a little bit more finicky. So it was kind of a bitch to get that set up. But once I did, it was fine.
Okay, my God, that's so weird. But yeah, anyways, Portable Ops, like it's still quietly just, I fucking love that game. So I guess let's go ahead and go to V.
V has come too.
I'm just gonna get it out of the way because like I talked about it a little bit earlier, but this is finally like, okay, so of course Peace Walker, Big Boss technically has children soldiers because you can recruit Chico to Mother Base, and it's like this little cute thing, but you also thinking this is a paramilitary group that fights people for money, and you're also recruiting a child, and like Snake just has no scruples about it, and it's a game that's rated T for teen, so it almost feels like it plays it off a little bit, and it's like, no, like this is pretty dark right here. And then also at the secret ending, he basically gives out a speech of like, we're going to sell our fucking souls because we want to make this a haven for soldiers, and it's all this like just PTSD loyalty shit from how Snake Eater fucked him up, and I love it. But V being Venom Snake this entire time, and Venom is actually like a pretty good dude because he doesn't have child soldiers, but real Big Boss did. And then when you get to the end of the game and you realize that Big Boss basically was using you this entire time, and he stole your identity from you, and then he just gets to ride out into the sunset. Like, it might be like the actual like this I think be one of the most evil things that Big Boss has ever done, because for a man who has been trying to fight for a soldier's paradise this entire time, he decided to take an entire soldier's identity away from him for his own gain. And it's like, man, that's actually really fucked up.
I find it interesting that people, like, one of the big criticisms that I can remember of Metal Gear Solid V is that, oh, you don't see like what makes Big Boss so evil. You don't get that full experience in that game. That's what we're fucking expecting. And I understand that to a degree, but you're right. Like, at the end of the game, it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, it's a really shitty fucking thing to do. And you can definitely see it. Um This game, so first of all, this game came out on my birthday, so super memorable to me for that reason.
Oh.
You know how I kind of made that really bold proclamation about Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater being the best video game song ever? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give you one more. This is probably my favorite fucking video game trailer of all time, the Red Band E3 2013 trailer. I fucking adore that trailer for this game, and I was so fucking hyped for this game. You want to talk about like games I've been hyped for like the most? I mean, the only game that probably comes close to this game for me in terms of just pure raw excitement and hype is honestly probably The Last of Us Part 2. Like, it's just this game, obviously coming off of Metal Gear Solid 4, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Seeing the trailers for this game, and then kind of how things kind of end, and like where Kojima went and how he was basically ousted from the company, and this was just such a whirlwind of everything for this fucking video game. I love this game. It's obviously got issues. It's incomplete. I mean, chapter 3, hello, where's our chapter 3? But you cannot tell me this isn't one of the most fun video games to play ever made. The gameplay loop in this game is fucking immaculate. It's perfect. It's perfect. I legitimately think the gameplay in this is perfect. It's so fun. I could pop this game in my PS5 right now, kind of get acclimated back in 5 minutes, and be in a loop of fucking trying to take bases again. Like, I fucking love the gameplay loop in this game. It's just incredible. The story you do get, like the cutscenes that are there, are very high quality. The 6.7 lines Keith or Sutherland say throughout the game are great. I think he does a great job.
It pisses me off because if he had just spoken more, it wouldn't have been more jarring that he was Snake.
I agree. It's definitely, he does a good job of what he says. He's just, clearly he was being paid per line, and it's a bit unfortunate. And then like the fucking, I hate this because I am very anti, just put the story in audio logs. Like, I fucking hate that shit. Look, that bothers me. But the story in the audio logs here is really fucking good. It's really fucking good.
Only the game lets you play the audio logs well enough in the real world.
Yeah, I hate that. Like, I mean, BioShock figured that out fucking 10 years earlier. I fucking hate that games still do not take that lesson properly from it. But holy shit, they're interesting, and there's good story in there. So I mean, I really,
dude, you know what I did? Once I realized that like the audio logs were there, like I stopped and I was just like, all right, we're gonna fucking sit in this fucking
that's what I did too.
And we're gonna listen to all
that's
of
exactly what I did.
Because like there's no better way. There's no better way to listen to them. And it's like, God damn it, I'd like to play your game that you made.
Well, and it's funny too, I did it near the end, like pretty close to the end. And my roommate was playing this game at the same time, and he was struggling. He couldn't get the final mission to pop. And I guess I got it to pop because you had to listen to a certain amount of audio tapes, if I recall. And it happened, and he's like, oh fuck, that's how. So he went and ended up doing that and just fucking getting it shortly after that. But yeah, no, this game's fucking this game's so good. I really like this game, even with all its warts, man. Never be game over. Give me chapter 3, baby. Oh, fun fact too, this is another game I have never gone back and done the final quiet mission ever. just hurt my heart too much.
Same.
I couldn't do it.
Same. I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing
Can't
that.
do it.
We're not
Can't do
doing
it.
that. No, we're not
I kept the
dismissing her.
fucking
Fuck that.
butterfly on my logo. I'm like, I ain't fucking doing this. Nope. Not dismissing her.
Dude, I think I did it and then saved Scums
Yeah.
because like I want to see what
No,
happens.
I still
and I was
to
like,
this day
well,
still haven't seen what happens. So I think on a replay, when I finally replay it, I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off and I'm gonna do it.
I'm not doing it. No, you're not dismissed. You're too good. You are too good.
But
I'm Big Boss. Do you understand? Big Boss fucked me over. Now I'm fucking you over. This is the chain of fucking, and we're not done fucking.
oh man, but yeah, this game, like I said, it's just there's so much I love about this game. Immaculate gameplay loop. It's just really a shame we didn't get to see the full fucking vision here. And I mean, this almost probably hurts. I mean, it doesn't hurt as much as PT, but it's pretty damn close. Thankfully, at least we still got a really incredible video game out of this one, so that's good, right?
All right. So you were speaking about trailers. One of my favorite trailers is the E3 2015 one, which has New Order by, my God, what is? Hold on. Does this have it? No, it doesn't have it. I'm trying to see what the artist name is. Anyways, whatever. New Order El Guia or something like that. That fucking trailer has me so goddamn hype whenever I watch it, and the way that it opens up and it has this little cool narration from I was about to say Skull Kid, Skullface, and he's just like, Sans lingua franca. I lived in a village and they took away our words. It's so fucking good. I love this trailer. Now, I can't bring up this trailer in relation to the game because let's be honest, we were given a false bill of sale. Jesus Christ, I don't know the term anymore. A false bill of sale when it comes to this game, because every trailer was like, we are going to get the final story of Big Boss. This is how he turns evil. And instead, it's just kind of like, all right, Venom Snake is going to fight Skull Kid, Skullface, and, you know, things are going to happen, and then it's over, and then there's a meandering Act 2, and then the game ends. Bye-bye. Thank you for the $60. Now, the game itself, I think that at the end of the day, the fucking gameplay loop is sick. The story is always just too little, which is funny because what is actually there, it's like, man, if you just develop this a little more, we'd be happy, but no. The audio logs are good, it's just give me a way to have interacted with that better, instead of having to fucking sit here and actually just straight listen to them. Hold on, let me see. Oh wait, Elegia. Elegia is the name of the song, and the New Order is the name of the band. Okay, there we go. So the game itself, I'm not shocked if Kojima at some point was like, well, I mean, Konami told him, you need to wrap this shit up. This is over budget. Fuck you. We hate you. And I wouldn't be shocked if him knowing that he wasn't going to be able to finish the game, he leaned into the Phantom Pain idea harder and was like, okay, the game is going to give you a Phantom Pain. Like, that's the only thing I can think of, because it is way too cleanly intentional that I can't believe that it feels like it was a forced thing and he improvised and it worked out. Because, like, the game being a Phantom Pain literally itself, I think is, like, nowhere near half as anything that insane that goes on in Metal Gear Solid 2, at least with the way it's written. So, like, that's why I'm almost willing to give him a lot of credit that the Phantom Pain was literal.
I feel like there's a lot of signs for it. I really do. And he's never been, like, he's always been a few steps ahead of the curve, right? Which is why, I gotta make this joke here, but it's why I've been so, and you know me, when people first started out with this whole abandoned is fucking Kojima bullshit, I knew it wasn't, because Kojima doesn't operate this way. It's too sloppy. It's not him. Kojima, I find, is very intentional in a lot of the bullshit he does. And that thing was just a fucking mess, obviously. I truly believe it. Now, whether that was his full intention from the beginning, I'm not sure I believe that. But like you said, it was very clear by the end of that everything was going haywire. PT was canceled. This game needed to get out the door. He wasn't going to get to finish it. Okay, fuck you. Like, now this is going to be a phantom pain, not only for me, but for all you fuckers too.
No. I don't think if Konami never turned on him and he had all the time and money that he needed, I don't think that we get the same ending.
No, I agree.
But with Konami breathing down his throat, I have to imagine that he basically was like, okay, how can I wrap this up really quickly? There it is, the phantom pain of it all.
Yep. And I mean, it kind of like the way, even the way, like I said, the way to unlock that final mission is weird. Like it's just, everything feels weird about it, and it feels like kind of rushed, and it's just, yeah, man, like there's that phantom pain of it all, and we're all waiting for chapter 3.
No, we're not. I like a
never be over.
You can go ahead.
Never be fucking game over.
No. I have to imagine that, like, that is such an easy thing you have to imagine. Like, oh, after X amount of dialogue listened to, unlock this. Like, that has to be such an easy thing that you can implement in, like, a day, that, like, it kind of fits into the whole, you need to get this shit out now, or we're actually going to kill you. We're going to kill you. We're going to kill all your developers. We're going to find your family. We're going to find your kids. We're going to fucking kill them and kill them and kill them and kill them. And you're like, okay, got it. And we're canceling PT, you motherfucker.
Most important question, though. Forget everything else. Forget about the game. Forget about the story. There was only one thing that matters in this. What was your helicopter song?
What? I think it was Maneater.
Oh,
like, I
good
changed
choice.
it really often.
Good choice.
Though.
I just, I giggled every time I heard, they're the kids in America coming down. So I had to pick that. I thought it was just fucking hilarious.
I mean, it's hilarious because it's also the most violent shit because, hey, Pequod is coming in. We're the kids in America.
It's so good. Fucking good.
All of those kids that were listening to that song growing up, they grew up and went to go fight in Iraq and kill more brown people. And you got Pequod over here just gunning down brown people. We're the kids in America.
All right, I'm adding, so I've got DSP's video queued up. I'm going to put my Red Band trailer and then your trailer here to watch after this episode airs. I'm just going to watch Metal Gear Solid the shit the rest of the night. That'll make me temporarily happy.
It's Metal Gear is just happiness, man. I'm really convinced that next year I just don't play anything new and I just fucking indulge. Just, why not? Fuck it, who cares?
Nanomachines.
Nanomachines. You're that ninja. I remember that punch. Remember the blood and sinew. What's the series?
All right, well, that's all of them.
All right.
Great games.
I'm going to get this out of the way just really quickly. Super Mario Advance series.
Oh, okay.
God bless Nintendo for just giving me all the Mario games I ever needed to without ever knowing that they were old games, and you properly educated me. That's it. Just if you hadn't put those on Game Boy Advance, I probably would have never played them, and just God bless them.
Yeah. Is that all of your 2000s, or is there more?
Oh, there's more.
Fuck, we're in here forever.
Oh, there's more.
All right. Well, let me. How many 2000s do you have left? Not 10s, just 2000s.
1, 2, 3. Oh wait, hold on. 2000s.
Just 2000s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
God, you're a cheating cunt. Okay, do one more, then we'll be even for 2000s, and then I'll take over.
All right. No, don't worry. I can hit most of these pretty quickly.
Okay. Cool.
Twilight Princess. It was my first Zelda game, and just God bless it. I've told the story before about how I was really fucking stupid, and I didn't know what to do in the Deku Tree in Ocarina of Time. When I got it for free as a Master Collection, not Master Collection. Whatever the thing was, when you bought a GameCube and they gave you Ocarina of Time and Master Sword, Master Quest. They gave that to me for free. I was stupid. I didn't know how to solve the Great Deku Tree. I was like, I don't like this game because I'm stupid, and I sold it, and it hurt me. But when I rented Twilight Princess on the Wii, I understood. I was smart enough to understand what to do next, or at least look it up, and I fucking love Twilight Princess, and it kicked me off on my love for Zelda. So that's it. I just needed to shout that one out.
So I tried to make it. I tried very hard to make my lists. A couple things that we've talked about on the show before, and then at least like 3 unique ones is what I tried to do. Kind of fucked up for this one. Although actually, I don't really know if we ever. I don't think Metal Gear Solid 4 was ever formally a topic, unless you did. Did you make it a topic?
No,
yeah, good. Okay, we just talked about it a bunch. Cool. So I've got 2 here basically that we have talked about on the show before, but I have to shout it out because I can't make a list without these games because they're very important to me. One of those is BioShock. Shocker, I know. My second favorite game of all time. It's Ken Levine. It's just incredibly important to me. We have talked about it on the show before, so I'm not going to go into a giant thing about this. What I will say is, again, being talking a bit in another Discord particularly, I really feel like this is the type of game where if you can't at least find some sort of respect for it, then your taste just absolutely fucking sucks. Because there's plenty of games.
By the way, I need to just add this because I'm pretty sure you're not aware of it, but Alexis, brain rot extraordinaire, he played BioShock 1, and he's like, holy shit, that actually was really fucking good. And even brain rotter like him was like, yeah, this is good. It just feeds into what you're saying.
I feel like, again, I'm not saying you have to, like, I'm not going to go as far as to say, look, there's some games you have to like. No, I really don't believe that, but I feel like there are some, whatever games, movies, whatever medium you're talking about, there are some things you have to at least respect. You can be like, okay, I get it. Like, I get that. Yeah. BioShock is one of those. And if you don't, then I'm going to disregard probably what you're saying 99% of the time then, because I don't think that's fair and it doesn't make sense to me. Incredible game.
It is an extreme filtering to the point where it is a detriment to trusting you with any of your analysis.
It's literally the Godfather for movies. If you cannot respect the Godfather, then I probably don't care about what you have to say about movies.
We don't need your opinion. Goes in the trash.
Yeah. And then I'll throw one more in here quick because, again, we've talked about it on the show before, and that's Halo 3.
We've talked about that one.
Absolutely. My favorite first-person shooter of all time. Just incredible video game. I think it's just immaculate, perfect. It's the most multiplayer I've ever played in a video game. Again, we've talked about it a bunch on the show before. The next two I don't believe we have, so I'll spend a bit more time for those. But I got to give those games perennial shoutouts because they're two of my favorite games of all time, and definitely two of my favorite games of the 2000s.
All right, so my next one, it's just a little quiet one that I just want to give a shout out to. Another car game that like I just never get to talk about because why would I? Both on PS2 and PSP, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. All I know is that it was a fun racing game. I enjoyed it. Holy shit, did I play a lot of it on PSP. And also, god damn it, Rockstar, just please bring back Midnight Club. I would be very happy if you did. That's it.
Well, if we're going to talk Rockstar, how about we talk about Grand Theft Auto 4? Yeah, this is a game, unfortunately, we haven't been able to talk about. I've been wanting to replay it for fucking ever, and I'm going to. I did replay GTA 3 earlier this year, so we're slowly going to make our way through that. That with the GTA 6 announcement imminent, that'll get bumped up. We're definitely going to be doing those soon. And I've never played the DLCs for them. I know Ballad of Gay Tony is apparently amazing, so that's going to be happen finally when I get to it.
Which, by the way, I forget where you were talking about it. I wanted to chime in, but I was just like, whatever. I'll do it later. But I wanted to tell you that those aren't really like DLCs or like expansion passes. They are like just straight up shorter GTA games. Like that's all they are. Like that's what their quality is.
That's fantastic. But so definitely going to do those. So I can speak to those. But base Grand Theft Auto 4 game itself, I fucking love this game, man. Like, and it's partly like I understand why people like Grand Theft Auto 5 as a city simulation, as you know, that kind of cutting edge biting stuff, some of the humor in it. It hits all that in spades. Great stuff there. But for me, Grand Theft Auto 4, the story of Nico Bellic and the American dream, and then the fucking tragedy at the end, it's great, and it's storytelling that really I wouldn't see again from Rockstar until the Red Dead games. Yeah, which they've obviously that's just their.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Red Dead.
Yeah, 1, Red Dead 1 too. Yeah. So, but obviously.
No, because I said 2. You said the Red Dead.
Yeah,
games,
both of them.
Like, oh, you included both. Yeah. Of them. I fucked up and forgot Red Dead 1.
Yeah, no, both of them I definitely include there. But 2 obviously is fucking on another level in terms of narrative.
2
it's disgusting.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck, man?
It's disgusting. But 4 is fantastic too narratively. It's something that none of the Grand Theft Auto games had been before, because don't get me wrong, you know, Tommy Vercetti was entertaining in Vice City. CJ's story was pretty solid in San Andreas. I got to go back and re-experience that one and actually finish it. But it was good too. But Nico Bellic, man. great fucking character, great fucking story. And yes, it definitely was, it wasn't quite as big, certainly as San Andreas. There wasn't as much stuff to do, so I understand some of the
I
disappointment
mean,
there.
to be fair, San Andreas is like a little too
I agree.
sprawling because like as soon as you get into that little boonies wooden
Yeah.
section, it's like why the fuck? Let's get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here, man.
it's too much. But here you kind of sacrifice a little bit of that for the narrative, and you know me, it worked great for me.
I wouldn't even say for the narrative. I would just say that it sacrifices. It's not even sacrifices.
I
It's
agree.
just that this is Liberty City
Yeah.
and it's just more compact.
Yep, I agree. So definitely, it's a seminal game for me from the 2000s. It is my favorite Grand Theft Auto game for sure, and I'm very cautiously optimistic for 6. I feel, V was disappointing, but Red Dead Redemption 2 was so fucking good. I feel, and I know it's not going to be the same thing, but from what I've heard from the leaks, it seems better. And no matter what, there's not going to be a Trevor in there, nearly anyone as bad as him to fucking bring the game down. So I'm cautiously optimistic, but we'll see.
I honestly am in the camp that I'm gonna buy GTA 6 because it's GTA. Like this is one of those ones that's like Rockstar. Fine, you probably burned me with 5, but fine. Here's my money. Even though I'm kind of skeptical that the game is gonna win me over because with one of the Hauser brothers gone, I think even was it Laszlo that left too. There was some other key. Oh, Leslie Benzies didn't he leave too?
Yeah,
So it's
I
like
believe so. It's been more than just the Hauser. Like a lot, like there's been a couple people that have left.
yeah, like actual key names that like even back to GTA 3 you can see their name on it. And it's like
Yeah. So and that's
ooh,
why like
boy.
I want to be positive and say, oh man, Red Dead Redemption 2 was so fucking incredible. Like we're gonna carry that over, but also I could see that being their swan song because it's a really fucking good song, swan song, right? So we'll see. We'll see. Like I'm in obviously day one, no matter what, unless I hear some,
Same.
unless like it comes out that it's fucking a complete live service game or some bullshit, which it doesn't sound like it is. So
okay, yeah.
then I would say
agree
fuck
on
you.
that one.
But assuming it's not, and it's just you get your normal single player there, I'm in. They will get me, and we hope it's going to be good because I mean, the way Rockstar works now, we won't see another game out of them for probably 8 years. So if it's not good, it's going to be a long wait till the next one, and I don't know what that next one will be, and I don't know how interested it'll be.
The funny thing is that if this game came out and like you said, live service, oh, I'm done. I don't care. We're good. But if they came out and it was like getting fucking Modern Warfare 3 reviews right now, I would be like, how? And I would still buy it.
Oh yeah, that would be like that was the same thing I was saying about Starfield because there was the debate like there's no way Starfield can be as bad as Redfall. It's like look, if Starfield gets lower reviews than Redfall, I'm playing that shit because I got to see how.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like it's such a high profile game. It's like, how did you let this happen? I will pay to see the freak show. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But that's all I got. Grand Theft Auto 4, great game.
So yeah, GTA 4, fucking loved it. That is absolutely the GTA game that I've probably put in the most amount of time to between being able to play multiplayer with my friends and my cousins and family members and just GTA 4 fucking taught me how to learn how to Bluetooth pair a headset because the PS3 let me do that. So we would basically talk all the time. The PS3 is also what made me learn Wi-Fi because with GTA 4, I didn't have Ethernet. So like, just GTA 4 is also quietly probably one of those games that helped me learn technology because I just needed to learn technology to be able to play the fucking game with my friends. So yeah, GTA 4, I love it. I've only played it the one time. I've never played Lost and Damned. I did play Ballad of Gay Tony, and Ballad of Gay Tony is fucking awesome. It honestly gave a little bit more of that San Andreas energy into GTA 4. I really like it, and honestly, I remember the game just... The story was taken very seriously. It still had that good, fun little comedic writing, but man, I kind of am really worried about 6. So, like, even if 6 is just a failure and I just don't like it, like, that's fine. I'm pretty sure GTA 4 remastered or wherever the fuck isn't too far off, and even if it isn't, I'm pretty sure I have it working on PC and I could always play it like that. Or, well, I would probably replay 4 on PC, but I would probably play Lost and Damned on PS3 just so I can get trophy brain rot on that.
Nice. Yeah, I would. If there's no remaster, I'll just probably replay it on Steam Deck.
All right, so the next one, Shadow of the Colossus. I had to include it. I fucking had to include it. This is the game that showed up on Soundjack and it showed up in games. I'm going to keep it very brief because honestly, we gave all the time to Metal Gear Solid and I don't regret a single fucking second of it. Shadow of the Colossus, basically, this is probably the breakthrough moment for me where I just realized, holy shit, man, games can do so much when it comes to being able to create an art piece. Because like Metal Gear Solid always sort of felt to me like just like these high budget action movies that you actually get to play through and you actually get to have some involvement in with the actual action scenes and sneaking around. Shadow of the Colossus is like, to me, like this entire art piece about what a game could be. And so like it has to be on here. Even though I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on the main show and expressed how much I love about it, it still has to be here because it is definitely one of those breakthrough moments where to me it's like this is the moment where I recognize this medium as art.
Yep, like I said in the music section, we got to replay this fucker. Shadow Last Guardian, I really enjoyed my time with that. I think I will enjoy Shadow of the Colossus more when I play it again, but we'll see.
All right, your turn.
This is my last game for the 2000s. And I mean, because you cheated, I'll cheat a little bit here because I only put one here, but I'll kind of bundle them both together and gonna throw you a bit of a curveball here. Probably weren't expecting this, but again, I wanted to do stuff that I hadn't talked about before. And a game that's really important to me is Max Payne. I really what? 1 and 2 for sure.
Okay.
And I don't think 3 even would qualify. I think 3 is, if I recall, 2012. So that's not in the 20. That's not in the 20 in the 2000s. But yeah, it is for me. These two games are just. I still remember being a kid and trying to play this game on PC when I was younger, and I had a real piece of shit, so the game really didn't work well. And I finally did get to play it years later on I think it was on Xbox. But the bullet time sequences, I remember being fucking wowed by that. The comic book kind of style cutscenes and the stupid looking face of fucking Sam, whatever the fuck his name is, that I really want to punch him now, you anti-physical fucking cunt. But his fucking ugly mug appearing every 10 seconds in game here. I mean, this is just that kind of pulpy, kind of noir story that I really enjoy. I fucking love these games, man. 1 and 2 are both so good. I can't wait to do replays on these. I do want to, I have them both for Steam Deck, but I might just fucking say fuck it and just rebuy them all because they're all backwards compatible on Xbox, and I feel like I want to play them on consoles. So might do that. I know there's a remake coming too, but fucking who knows when that's going to be, and I don't know if I want to wait for that. And in my opinion, I think these games hold up pretty well. They're super fun. I didn't play them that long ago. I mean, it was a while ago, but not super, super long ago, but yeah, no, classic games in my opinion. These are some of Remedy's best. I think my favorite Remedy overall is probably Alan Wake, but I didn't include that specifically because when I was making
that is Pain.
What's that?
My God.
Well, Max Payne's iconic.
No,
and
no, Pain. Pain. That is Pain. Oh God.
What is?
No, that your favorite is Alan Wake.
Oh, you don't like?
And
you don't like it? Oh, yeah. Fucking.
And then Alan Wake 2.
Yep.
You have to.
Death would be nice. Orange. Yeah, absolutely. it hurts. But the reason I didn't include Alan Wake on this list because this is my favorite Remedy game. I very specifically wanted these lists to be like more of a nostalgic pull for me. Like I played these around the time, not something I played way later. That's just kind of a conscious decision I went making into these lists. But Alan Wake I only played for the first time a couple years ago, so I didn't want to include it. But I do think Alan Wake is Remedy's best. But this game is fantastic too and deserves all its flowers. I can't wait to replay them one day. And yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, no. I have not played either one of those. I have them installed on my Vita natively. Fucking insanity. I would like to play these, but also part of me is just holding out for the remakes because honestly, whatever is in the water at Remedy is like half of the water that's going on at Insomniac, so I don't think we'll be waiting that long for it.
Yeah, they turn around shit pretty fucking quick. Like, cause what was Control was 2019? Oh, 4 years. They're not quite Insomniac level, but they're close. Yeah.
No, that's the thing. You have two Insomniac teams that are drinking the same water. If you had Remedy, two teams drinking the same water,
Yeah,
I
that's
would
true.
think that counts as half of what Insomniac has.
That's true. That's a good point. Plus, they're independent, so they're doing their own thing. But yeah, for sure.
All right, my next one. This is just another good touchstone for me. Resistance 2. It is actually probably my first-person shooter, and it's also probably my first multiplayer shooter. And it just reminds me of when games didn't need to be fucking balanced or worried about matchmaking. Oh, I mean skill-based matchmaking. It's just so simple. It's 30 on 30 on large ass battlefields. It is absolute fucking chaos, and I await the day that the PlayStation, what's it called? Online network emulation. I think that's called. I think that's what it's called. PS1 ONE. I wait for the day that they bring Resistance 2 back because the moment that they do, I'm probably lost because I'm just going to be playing that all fucking day because I just love the chaos of it. I mean, the story, pretty fun. I like the campaign, but let's be honest, man, I spent way too long on that multiplayer. So yeah, Resistance 2, that's my next one.
I'll admit something a little bit embarrassing. Well, first of all, I've played all of the Resistance games. I think the only one I've actually finished is the first one. I don't think I finished the second and third ones, but I did enjoy what I had played of them. I mean, I've told many times before, I used to be really bad with finishing games on here, so it shouldn't come as a surprise, but
Oh yeah.
I never did. My biggest touchstone with this series, though, was I was such a fucking cunt. Back in my Xbox fanboy phase, I just remember being like, "Oh, Resistance is the best you fucking ponies could do against Halo." I was such a fucking cunt.
Look. To be fair, yes.
I actually didn't mind the game.
1000%,
I
yeah.
didn't mind the game. The first Resistance, like going back and playing it later, I was like, "Oh, this is fine. It's no Halo, but it's fine."
Look. I love Resistance 2. I love it. Halo is
Yeah.
a fucking 10,000-pound gorilla in the room.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I was just, it's like, oh, you tried Killzone now, this bullshit, fucking Sony. But
Okay, no, Killzone deserves to get punched in the face every single fucking
it's
chance to get.
to this day they still haven't created a first person shooter counter for Halo or Doom or any of over Microsoft's 1,000 first person shooters they have now. But yeah, no, Resistance, good stuff for sure.
Warhawk is back online, and so is PlayStation Home. That's fucking insane. Yeah, I'm joining their Discord. Why not? I need to keep an eye on this shit. Okay, yeah. So Resistance 2, that's what I got. Your turn.
I'm done for 2000s now, so that's it I have. If you want to,
Okay.
if you can finish off whatever.
The last one.
Yeah.
My last one then. Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Hold on. What bullshit is that?
Wait, you're right. 2011.
That's 2011. Fuck
Right,
off.
never
Because
mind.
that's on my list too.
All right.
So we can go there. We can go there.
Yeah, let's go there.
Let's go there. We both got it.
Okay. Now here's the thing. / Mankind Divided. You're goddamn right. I'm not letting that one
yeah,
go.
Fair.
Yeah, no. Now here's the thing. I'm going to talk about both of these because there is so much across both of these games that apply that I don't care. Mankind Divided, even with... Okay, well, this is my portion on Mankind Divided. Mankind Divided, even with its this blue ball of an ending, because Square Enix said you gotta move on, you gotta fucking shift the game, and then they just cut it down, the game doesn't sell, and then we don't get a follow-up. That's okay. That is literally the only fault you can throw at Mankind Divided because everything else is a step up from what Human Revolution put down, which is these large, intricate levels. This is immersive sim as immersive gets. The fucking stealth is awesome. We ignored the having to kill boss fights in the base game because Director's Cut fixed that. Just being able to sneak through all of the dialogue checks. The dialogue itself is so fucking well written and performed, and oh god, I fucking love the Deus Ex games, and I just want them to come back.
So Mankind Divided specifically, I'm definitely a little bit cooler on you than that, but ending really pisses me off. It's still a great game though. I really like it. It is funny though. an interesting touchstone for Mankind Divided for me. It's when I first started to realize how disgusting and stinky PC gamers are. I actually played this game on PC because I had a PC at the time. And I remember everyone's like, oh, this game's unacceptable for PC. It doesn't run well, blah, 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 blah. And I ran it with zero issues. No issues. So it was a perfect works fine on my machine moment. But everyone
Works on my machine.
yeah,
Classic.
exactly. But there was just, it was just so many like little like bitches about it and stupid bullshit that I was like, no, this game's fine. You guys are stupid. But yeah, I really I enjoyed my time with Mankind Divided. I definitely like Human Revolution way more. But Mankind Divided is a good game too. And it's bullshit what Square Enix did to them about it.
Yeah, no. I definitely prefer Mankind Divided. It just hurts that it doesn't end, but I think I just prefer it because, like, literally just the stuff that is in Mankind Divided, the gameplay itself, just, my God, it's such a beautiful evolution of Human Revolution that, like, Human Revolution, I'm so glad I'm now waiting. It's been so long that I no longer will compare them because I don't remember Mankind Divided's gameplay anymore. That, like, I'm going to go back to Human Revolution and I'm just going to be like, oh my God, this is great. And then I'm going to go back to Mankind Divided and I'm like, I can never go back to Human Revolution.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. Human Revolution just sticks out. It might be maybe again we could be going into some more nostalgia territory here, but I fucking love Human Revolution so much. It's a game that I fondly remember, and it's an era where I was bad for finishing games, but this one absolutely got finished, and that's how I know it was special. When I finished a game, I was like, oh fuck, this one's really good.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah.
This is what an ending of video game is like?
If you want, now here's the thing. I have never raged harder in a video game. Like, and you know me, I don't give a shit about fucking achievements and trophies and all that bullshit. I played this game on Xbox.
Oh no.
I played this game on Xbox
Is it
360.
you accidentally killed someone?
Just wait. I think I might have haven't told you this before. I thought I did, but so you know how you kind of get that kind of tutorial area at the start. I didn't realize you couldn't kill anyone there. So at the very start of that game, I killed somebody. And I didn't kill another person the entire rest of the fucking game.
No.
and I just thought it didn't count. And I was like, all right, we're good. Like, it's the tutorial area. Obviously, you had to do that. I didn't realize you had to sneak by them instead. And I finished the entire game and never popped. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's my goddamn fucking trophy? And I read online. I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Go fuck yourselves. And it's funny too because there's that one sequence in the game, I don't know if you remember, but there's that one sequence in the game where you can save your helicopter pilot. Yeah And it was tough for me because I was the entire game, all of my build went.
No way, does she count?
No, well, no. She doesn't count. The thing is, to save her without killing people is kind of tough. At least with my build, I had a fucking hell of a time doing it. So I spent like half an hour, I think, retrying that area over and over again, and I finally did it. I was like, great, I fucking did this. I'm awesome. I'm definitely doing no kill now. But yeah, despite that awful memory, just a fantastic game. Shout out Adam Jensen. Shout out the piss filter. I love the piss filter. Bring the piss filter back.
Same.
We need the piss filter.
Really
we need
too.
the piss filter in more games, man. Fuck it. Just throw around a piss filter in Doom, man. I don't give a shit.
Speaking of the kills, there was one that pissed me off that basically ruined my no-kill run. I don't remember how, but my saves got fucked up and they weren't like auto-saving. And one time I broke through a wall, right? And I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to break through a wall. I'm going to get to the other side and I'll be okay. The problem is that there was an enemy on the other side of the wall. So Adam Jensen breaks the fucking wall. The enemy looks at him. Adam Jensen grabs him. This is all in a cutscene, by the way. Grabs him, fucking snaps his neck, and then goes back to the first person. I'm like, no! No, why would you do that, Adam?
That would fucking kill me. Like, absolutely kill me. So
That was the funniest shit ever.
I feel your pain with that. And also, shout out the wall breaking skill. That was awesome.
I was like, no, Adam, stop, don't kill him. He just grabs him and snaps his fucking neck.
I never asked for this.
Fucking killer. You asked for this, you know it.
This is definitely like, there was no way I was going to make a list of 2010 games and not include this. We haven't had a chance to talk about it either, I don't believe, on the show.
No, we
No,
haven't.
and it's funny actually. We were talking, I forget where, because I'm not even in any. I guess we were talking in my Discord. Fuck, weird. But we were talking about the director's cut, or maybe it wasn't another Discord before I dipped out. But we were talking about the director's cut, just
No,
me and you the other day.
I think it was in the Nest because we were talking to Shane about it. I think.
Maybe, I don't know. It's right. I guess it was right before we dipped out. Time's a fucking circle right now. But yeah, no, we were talking about that, and I didn't own it on Steam. It was like $5, so I bought it. So I will do a replay of that so I can finally experience those fantastic bosses the way they are meant to at some point. Very excited for that.
Yeah. I have 3 games left, so
how many do I
whatever you wanna
have?
do.
I have 4, so I will do 1. Let's get another.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to do 2 because again, we've talked about these both ad nauseum, so I'm going to bang them out really quick here. And that is the first one, The Last of Us. Holy shit!
Of course, you have to.
1,000 times before. This is my favorite game of all time. No more. Great game. Play it. All right, that's one. And then the second one, again, we've talked about this 100,000 times before. Shockingly, it's BioShock Infinite. Be surprised. Ken Levine,
Whoa.
just the GOAT for me. I think he's incredible. Can't wait to see what it is with Judas. Great game. Play it. That's it. Go ahead.
All right, so PT, we
Oh, fuck me.
I already teased it out. PT, my God,
Playable teaser.
just even me sitting in this dark room, just talking about PT. Lisa is now behind me.
Look
It
behind
is now
you.
in which I did, by the way. I totally did. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm looking behind me. God, that actually really fucking scared me. I know there's nothing back there. The door is closed. There's nothing that's going to sneak behind me. But literally just turning around and talking about PT is enough to freak me the fuck out. And right now, my office is all the way across from my bedroom. I can tell you right now that I'm going to have the light on and she's going to be in my fucking brain again. Because that's what PT has done to me. It has been almost 10 years and PT still scares the shit out of me to this day.
There's a reason.
Because Lisa
There's
is
a reason
absolutely
why I picked it
fucking
as the most
terrifying.
scariest thing ever for me. Right? Really?
Yes,
I'm not
because
bullshitting on
it
that.
scars you. Just my God, this is so incredible, and the fact that it's only been pulled makes it somehow scarier because it gives it that little extra mystic shit of like, you're never gonna be able to play this, you'll never be able to experience this properly.
I mean, it's bullshit. It makes me mad, but you're not wrong. It absolutely does add to the legend of PT and everything it stands for. You can't have people going in and trying to break it further. I mean, which already, but it seems like even when they broke it, like they broke it down, they're like, okay, let's like pull the camera. Oh, Lisa's following you the entire fucking time? What? Like, it makes it
That
fucking
might be
scarier.
one of the most terrifying fucking
Fuck.
facts in video games. Like, you thought that it's funny because like Mr. X existing on the map at all times on Resident Evil 2 was like peak. Holy shit, is that terrifying? And then this fucking playable teaser in 2014 is like
She's literally, if you don't know, basically in PT, you're this guy, you're walking through this hallway, and then
You're Norman Reedus.
You're Norman Reedus, and you eventually, at least, eventually you get the, it's all in first person perspective. Somebody modded the game eventually, and we were able to pull up the camera, and there's a ghost in the game called Lisa that appears at random times. It's really scary. They do a good job at scaring you, but it turns out once they modded it and they basically pulled the camera out, yeah, she's following you behind you the entire fucking time, literally just on your ass. So, fucking enjoy that shit next time you play it on your fucking PS4 that you haven't fucking done anything with.
Jesus. This game, like, I don't ever think I cared about horror really until this showed me. It's like, fuck, man, this gave me a feeling that I don't know I've ever felt. Because honestly, for me, most horror always felt like boo-ha, gotcha. And so this, decidedly not being boo-ha, gotcha, for some people. Because there is just that one jump scare. And that one jump scare might be the most frightening fucking thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
And I love that it's not the same for everyone. Like, it can kind of...
Oh, god damn it. I fucking hate that I said it because now I'm picturing it.
Yeah, it just you literally it can
Oh, I'm turning on the lights. I'm like,
it can come like
I'm not fucking joking. Oh god.
it can come when you least expect it. But and yeah, so yeah, you get the one jump scare, but you know, Lisa appears in other places. The part where she's like kind of leering over at you at the balcony, I never noticed that the first time, and then fucking the second
She's
time,
always been there.
yeah, like
She's
you,
always
you
been there.
look the second time, it's like, oh my god, like ew, ew.
No, no, and of course you hear the one heel and you hear her flat foot. So heel, like softer touch. Heel, softer touch, and it's like,
And it's all
God,
audio design too.
fucking
Like her
damn.
moans, it's like, oh, it's like horrifying, man. Like
Can I
it's
turn on more lights?
yeah, you fucking. It's just it's such an incredibly well done fucking thing, and I cannot stress enough. Whoever was in charge of whoever was the person that made the decision to cancel this game, the specific person at Konami, I hope you get I hope you were tossed into a fucking meat grinder and just grinded fucking alive. So the last moments of your goddamn life can be the idiocy you had in canceling this video game.
Okay, it's the last episode. I can say some out of pocket shit. I hope you go to a Russian prison and get raped by everyone there. The guards, the other prison inmates, the warden, Putin, a bear, whoever it is, I want them to have a turn at your ass.
Yeah, no, I have nothing nice to say to that person, because it is incredibly frustrating that this video game does not exist. Because I can only imagine that what a finished product of a full-on fucking horror-ass Kojima game would have been. And I mean, I don't have to imagine too much because I got a demo of it, and it was fucking incredible. Fuck you.
Oh, but mildly related, just because you're not in the other Discord, I bought Eternal Darkness. $60.
Oh, I can't wait for you to play that.
The disc, case, and manual.
Awesome. Eternal Darkness is fun. You will, I think you will have a good time with that game because it is very unique, and you gotta give it credit for that. But yeah.
So just, by the way, just a side note, jumping off of that, I swear to God, we're not going to waste more time with this. Just more of, I'm not shocked if Kojima saw Eternal Darkness and it's like,
100%.
ooh, these guys are working on a different level. Hey, do you guys want to do Twin Snakes?
Yeah, no, and I think we talked about that too, actually, when we talked about Eternal Darkness on that episode. And yeah, 100%.
Oh.
And I'm sure he borrowed some stuff from that too. If Silent Hills came out, I know for a fact there would have been some Eternal Darkness like shit in that, because the guy that the Eternal Darkness,
The error screens, man.
yeah, Eternal Darkness at times feels kind of like some Kojima fuckery. He 100% would have been on board of doing shit like this to scare your ass, and fuck me, it would have been incredible. God damn it.
Jesus Christ. Fucking the whole rumor about giving your phone number.
Oh my
Like,
God.
You fucking ruined my chances to have Kojima text me. You asshole. And it would probably been the most terrifying shit. I would have been in the middle of class and Kojima would have been texting me and it would have been like fucking nudes from Lisa and I would have been like, I want to fucking die right now.
Just imagine like getting a fucking phone call at like 2 a.m. and like you kind of groggily pick it up and it's just, look behind you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm getting up and turning on the lights. Hold on. Cold. Fuck you. God damn it.
Oh God. Like it could.
Bitch.
Oh
damn it.
God. It's so good. It's so good.
Wait, hold on. Oh, fucking shit. Wait, how is my audio?
You sound fine.
Oh, okay, good, because it's been reading off of the wrong microphone this entire time.
Oh shit. Through Audacity?
Yeah.
That's funny. I checked before we hit record. It was thankfully through NVIDIA Broadcast still. So
Yeah, no. It pulled my headphones off and I looked over. It's like, oh, wait a minute.
yeah, no,
that
it sounded.
It's not reading.
I mean, it sounded fine. You know, I'm bad for that, but I thought it was okay. So yeah.
Whatever, fine. Fuck it. Who
Fucking
cares?
last episode.
But yeah, no. PT just utterly fucking terrifying, and God bless the great, like a fucking great, like what fucking the It clown is coming out of. God bless the great debate and how they broke down this game. One, as a metaphor for Kojima's time at Konami, and second, breaking down the actual literal story of PT about Lisa and her husband and the 9/11 call. Like, God bless that man for everything he did.
Yeah, God bless you, Kojima. I'm so happy now that you've got your own studio. You've got the complete freedom to do whatever the fuck you want. It's why, and it's fine if you don't like Death Stranding. I mean, I don't give a shit. Like I actually understand that game's very, it's not for everyone, and I'm totally fine with that. If somebody is like, I don't like Death Stranding, I mean, I'll say, okay, you're filtered as a joke, but I genuinely understand that more than most games. But what I will not hear is, oh, I wish there was somebody in there to rein in Kojima. No, fuck you. He's earned this. Fuck you.
No, don't.
Let him be Kojima. Let him do what he wants. Fuck you.
Yeah. Specifically, if there's, what was I gonna say? Was it? Oh, so I will say that PT being canceled. Yes, Death Stranding. I'm happy that you got to do what you wanted to do. I still am scared that this is a universe where we never get Kojima going horror again.
Oh, I agree.
I need him to do something horror because like that this is a one shot, man. This is a single issue. Like imagine if you had the full project to do it. Like I would love to see that, and I'm kind of sad that it's probably canceled. It's probably radiated air now. Like Kojima probably doesn't want to go to horror anymore. Guillermo del Toro got fucking burned by this, so like I don't know if we'll ever get this chance again. And just
well, I mean, he's
yeah.
I mean, and he's working on DS2 now and that weird ass Xbox Cloud game. But we'll see what happens in the future, I guess. Fingers crossed.
Please let the cloud game be a horror game because I can imagine with the cloud shit you can get weird.
From those leaks, it does appear to be a horror game, but fucking we've seen so little of this fucking game. Shout out Margaret Qualley though. I'm in it just for her.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, BT. I think that's about it.
All right. We'll leave the kind of maybe surprising one for last, and we'll do one of the most addy picks you could have here. Hell yeah. And that is Life is Strange.
Oh,
yeah. Never got a chance.
Yeah, that's
so I've talked about True Colors on here before, definitely, obviously, but I have not gotten a chance to talk about the OG that started it all, Life is Strange. By Don't Nod Entertainment. Max and Chloe, of course, and her wonderful adventure. I make this. Look, I fucking adore this game. I think it's incredible. It's one of my favorite games of all time, really, and definitely one of my favorite narratives in a game. These choice-based games, for me, I always joke like they don't mean much at the end of the day for me. Even the Walking Dead games, which I played through all those Telltale games, but for me, I after some twists, I'd be like, fuck, that sucks. But it never really bothered me. I'd never really think about it, and that's what makes me so love this game so much. Is there were so many choices in this game that made me like really have to like, oh, I don't know what I want to do here. This is fucking difficult. So it really felt like the perfection of that kind of type of formula of game. But then I'll still never forget when I got to the very end of this game and I had to make the choice between Bay or Bay. And I couldn't fucking do it. I had to actually quit the game. I'm like, I don't know what to pick right now. If we
had subtitles here, that'd be a spoiler.
Yeah, true. But not a spoiler without it. And I just couldn't fucking pick. I was so torn up. I was like, I don't know what to pick. So I closed the game and I had to like sit there and maul on it for a little bit. But this game, I remember I binged it too over the course of like a day and a half. Like it was after all the episodes had come out and it was all full and everything like that. But yeah, I fucking love this game. I understand it's very cringe at times. Yes. No argument from me there. You've got the cringe teenage writing in full effect. But for me, when I overlook that because I really like what they do with the story. I love the friendship between Max and Chloe, and yeah, there's a lot of good shit here, man. It's a good game.
Shout out to the sucking up to the teacher moment. That is, I don't care what anyone thinks. Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within is a good movie.
Oh God, fuck off! Terrible movie. Disagree there.
That's your girl. That's your girl right there.
Look, every rose has its thorns.
All right, so Life is Strange. You know what? I've talked so much shit about the series in general. I'm gonna say something nice about the first game because, like, genuinely, the time revolving mechanic to be able to undo your choices and being able to see both outcomes to see which one you choose is actually genius. Like, it is a brilliant mechanic to include, and you add it to the story. Like, it's actually genius because, like, you're like, oh man, that one kind of sucks. Let me see the other one. You rewind, you choose the other one. Oh, that one sucks just as equally. Like, I actually genuinely did love that. Of course, me and my wife, we basically played it to laugh at it. Which, okay, again, I'll say something nice. I do kind of like the very indie sound to the music. I honestly probably should go out of my way to like find the soundtrack for it, because even when I hear it in my head, thankfully it's pushing Lisa out of my brain whenever I think about those little like light guitars. But I should probably actually go back and listen to that. But yeah, I don't know. The cringe and the laugh factor and being able to just, oh god, that was a very fun moment for me and my wife to be able to play through. So I enjoy this for every reason you do, and we do not share it in common.
I one day, Ed, one day you will play Life is Strange 2 and you're gonna have a fucking hell of a time with that
$5.
game. No,
How the fuck does it not hit $5 yet? I swear to God, I've seen it like at $6.50. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you an extra $1.50. $5, goddammit.
yeah, you're gonna have a blast with it. Please, for the love of God, I know you're probably gonna play it with your wife, but you got to stream it somehow. I don't care. You will cackle because it is so fucking stupid and ridiculous.
Dude, I hope Trump shows up at the end and there's a quick time event for you to beat him down. Like, I might fucking die of laughter.
Press A for freedom. Rapidly press A, of course, not just one tap. You gotta like mash it.
No, there's accessibility settings. You can just
That's
hold
true.
it.
That's true.
Uh,
Sorry, Susie.
oh my god.
All right. I'm done. Go. I have one left, so
All
if you've
right.
got more than one, spit out, or like if you've got multiple, I don't know how many you've left, but
I've got two. I've just got a quick
Okay,
one.
it's-
Rainbow Six Siege. This has been my brain rot since, like, when did Titanfall 2 come out? 2016? I played Siege at the end of 2016, and it's been my brain rot even from then up till now. It's never going to leave my life at this point because this game doesn't seem to fucking die. So, Rainbow Six Siege, that's it. I just needed to put it out there.
cool. My last pick is going to be a little bit of a shock, I think, but I mean, it's well. I think you know that I do like this game, but you might not think I'd include it. I do want to include it to beat the allegations a little bit that I don't ever play independent games as well. So I will admit that also made me put it on there. But my last pick is Stardew Valley. And the thing with Stardew Valley, so I remember, so I got this game for Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, okay, farming simulator. I used to like Harvest Moon. Let's give this a shot. And I played it for like half an hour, maybe around that. And I was so fucking overwhelmed. I'm like, I can't play this. This is too fucking overwhelming. And then you kind of just learn. Like, I went back to it later. I read videos on it. I kind of looked. It's like, no, you really, like, there's no time limit, man. Like, you got, like, yes, there's a lot in the game, but you're never going to lose. So don't be overwhelmed. Just take your time. Buck up if you want, but do what you want to do and have fun with it. And once I kind of adopted that attitude with it, I got really brain rotted by this game for a while on my Switch. I'm talking like I must have put at least 50 hours into this fucking thing. Just playing it nonstop. I really, really had a good time with it. I ended up building a pretty big farm and progressing quite far in the, I forget what you call it, but there is a storyline kind of in it, that whole thing. I progressed pretty far in that, but yeah, it's a great game. And to this day, I rebought it on Steam, and I man, there's been a lot of times where like, oh, maybe I'll go back and play like a few days, but it's fucking brain rot, man. I can't because I know if I start that shit again, I'll just get fucking addicted to it. But maybe I'll set aside an hour a night and get back to it at some point. But I really do love that game. It's just perfect. It's very calming. It's very soothing. It just feels like I can just relax and kind of unwind and play this game a little bit. And there's not a lot of games that have made me feel that way, but Stardew Valley is definitely one of them.
Yeah, no. I have never played this. I have no plans on playing it because I could see this taking over my life, and I just don't need that temptation in my life.
Yeah, that's fair. But that's it. That's video games for me. Stardew Valley, good shit.
All right, my last one, just because it's one that when I was scrolling through, it's just like I haven't actually ever gotten a chance to talk about it. Evil Within 2. I actually just really like this game. I would have never thought that a horror open world game would have ever worked, and yet somehow here this game is. I'm shocked that it started with a base with Evil Within 1, which Evil Within 1 is like, what if we took Resident Evil 4 and then The Last of Us, and what if we watered it down and from a quality standpoint? And it's like, okay, yeah, this is fine. I enjoy Evil Within 1, but it felt very much like a Funhouse Mirrors version of your greatest hits of horror tropes. And you know what? That's fine. I enjoyed it for what it was. I met it on its terms, that it's not really trying to go for a story or anything. It is these gameplays from these two games with a whole bunch of horror pastiche put onto it. I enjoyed it for what it is. Evil Within 2 feels way much more like Evil Within finally had way more of an identity. Sebastian Castellanos was actually a character. They gave him the whole classic give him a daughter, which, look, I understand that I'm a sucker for it even back then. I'm probably even more of a sucker for it now. But it's always one of those cheat codes to be like, how can you make this character easily relatable? Give them a child that they have to chase down, which, by the way, Silent Hill right now, look at that. Whoa, it's another chase down daughter story, and I like that one too. So Evil Within 2, it just felt even better designed, not just the open world section, but in like even the focus level sections. I just really like Evil Within 2, and I feel like along probably with Dishonored 2 and probably the Wolfenstein New Order, all three of these games from Bethesda feel like they were criminally underplayed for the middling review. Not even middling, they got okay reviews, they got good reviews, 80s or so, but like even with them getting good reviews, it feels like they went criminally ignored every year that they came out. So Evil Within 2, I just wanted to give a small shout out. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, Evil. So, in the spirit of being positive, because we have been on this episode, and I'm not as positive on this game as you, but I do like it. I think it is a solid game. I definitely enjoy the constrained bits more than the open world bits. That feels like classic Evil Within for me. And I actually like Evil Within 1, I think, a little bit more than 2 overall, personally. But I will say 2 definitely has some fun ideas. I think, while I didn't really love the open world bits, it was cool kind of stumbling into a random house and spooky shit happening. That was neat. So I got to give it full credit for that.
That's actually what I really dug.
Yeah, that was really awesome. That's actually probably my favorite part of Evil Within 2, if I'm being honest. Like, I think that's just great. And yeah, no, I definitely enjoy the game. I think it's clear to me now, especially with everything that's happened at that studio since then, that Mikami's just been kind of, I don't want to say done, but I think the studio has been trying to be something it's not. And I feel that kind of came out a little bit more of Ghostwire Tokyo, and now Hi-Fi Rush, and now Mikami's gone. So I think we'll see what the Tango does in the future. I think the future is very bright for that studio. I really, really liked Hi-Fi Rush. I thought it was great. It's still in my top 5 for the year. So yeah, tremendous game. But Evil Within 2, fun game. Definitely enjoy it. Even if it didn't strike quite as hard for me. They're interesting games for sure.
In the same vein of what you were talking about maybe a studio that doesn't know like what it is, I honestly think what it is that it's Mikami. Mikami created Tango.
Yeah, for sure.
Mikami succeeded where Kojima failed.
Yes,
because
100%.
Kojima couldn't handle the pass over the mantle, but Shinji could, because he was there and he kept telling people, hey, because like I think pretty sure that's what his entire charge with Tango was. He wanted to be able to hand his knowledge over to the next generation. And the problem is like you'd have to imagine that Evil Within 1, he's like, well, it's the first game, I have to direct it and I have to kind of help other people. Evil Within 2, he stepped back, but like it is still a sequel. Ghostwire, I think, is the moment where like he's like, okay, look, I'm not gonna be as hands-on with this. You guys make what you want to make, but it was still horror adjacent, and it's like, okay, fine, if you guys want to do that. It almost feels like you're trying to write to your audience.
Yeah.
So they were trying to make a game for Shinji, and it's just like, look, I understand that I'm the horror guy, but also I'm like the Vanquish guy. So like, you don't really have to do horror for it. And like Ghostwire, you like it, I have as well. I'm pretty sure I would like Ghostwire if I had played it properly.
Yeah,
But like, nope,
Go,
I played it wrong and I burnt myself out.
Ghostwire's got the vibes, man. I think they should have just either,
Oh, I like the vibe.
yeah, they should have
Cut the open world.
cut the open world, and I think either go horror with it or don't. Like the in between, the halfsy in between bullshit doesn't work for me. If they you can keep the vibes and keep it ghost and lighty and fluffy, but then they try to go horror with it and it doesn't work. So one or the other.
Mhm. So Ghostwire just feels very much like it is a game that wants to be horror, but like you just said, like it doesn't want to fully commit. Hi-Fi Rush going so in the opposite direction of very poppy, just blah 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 blah. uh, I'm pretty sure Shinji was like, okay, you guys know how to make a game that like is very different from everything else that we've made, and you guys don't need me to be able to direct you guys into a direction now. So I'm good to step back. So I'm convinced that none of it was really Mikami's A game, just because he was more focused on making sure that everyone else was able to learn his knowledge than being able to just say that they were part of a great game.
Yeah, that's fair. I can definitely see that being the case. So I don't think you're too far off there.
All right, movies. I will try to keep these brief as well. I'm gonna go ahead and bundle. Wait, hold on. Why did I put TV shows here? Oh, my formatting is off. Okay, hold on. Let me hit enter because that looks like way too many. All right, there we go. By the way, shockingly, I don't think I had anything from the aughts. I mean, sorry, from the teens, because everything that I like from the teens, I've actually already talked about on the show. So all of this is from the aughts. Um, so Kill Bill, I just have to say it. I just have to say it. I fucking love Kill Bill. So that is being said, and also the other one that has to be said, the rest of the Matrix. So Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, and the Animatrix. I gave those an entire episode. It has to be said. That's it. I've knocked out 2. I have 4 left from there.
Well, I'm going to knock off 2 then as well, because again, we've talked about it on the show on the show before. But obviously, one is The Dark Knight, shocker, and the other one, and I know I said I wasn't going to include stuff that I had watched more recently, but I mean the movie is just literally perfection personified, so I have to, and that is that There Will Be Blood. I just every day I think I get a little bit stronger on that movie. So yeah, it deserves all the flowers it gets and then some. That's 2.
Yeah, I have $150 steelbook for that movie. So yeah, I yeah. My next one. This is just a little quiet one, and the funny thing is that it also ties way earlier to me being like just a very emotional teenager. The Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys. Have you heard of this one?
No, I never have.
Oh, okay, so it is an early 2000s movie. It stars Emil Hirsch and Kieran Culkin and Jenna Malone, I think, and oh my god, Jodie Foster. So it is Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys. It is 4 altar boys. I think they live in Texas or something like that. And basically, these kids are just so fucking bored with their lives that they are just constantly doing just terrible shit. Like they're like 13 or 14, and they're just drinking and smoking and stealing shit and wrecking shit. And it's just because like out of boredom and out of defiance from the fact that this church that they go to is just like constantly stepping on their necks. I like it because it hit me at a right time where it just had that right amount of teenage angst. It spoke very deeply. Honestly, it's weird because this one feels like you could give it to any 13, 14, 15-year-old boy and hand them this movie and they would just fuck with it hard, because it feels like it just speaks very perfectly to that period of time in your life, and I just really dug it, and I'm just very happy that I'm mentioning it because it is quietly one of those important movies for me. I'm sad that I just don't know where the DVD for this is, and I don't think it's streaming anywhere. So like your only option is probably to pirate it, or even hey, actually hold on, just because it's always random whatever ends up on YouTube. I wonder if Dangerous Lives of Alter Boy. Oh damn it! Wait, hold on. Oh, it's free with ads on YouTube, but I was kind of hoping that the entire movie would have been free. But yeah, no. Dangerous Lives of Alter Boys. I just really dug this movie, and it fits perfectly into that just teenage angst pocket.
Life is Strange, the movie, huh? Nice.
Not as cringe though, with the dialogue.
Well, that's good. Oh, excuse me.
All right, actually, oh, okay, hold on. I have it up. I'm curious. Oh, okay. I have it up on YouTube. It's free with ads, and I'm just skipping through on my browser right now, and it's not giving me ads, probably because of the ad blocker. So, yeah, you could probably watch this without ads.
That is always a good thing. Fuck ads and fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll maybe add that to the watch list. Although I'm not watching movies right now, but you never know, right?
Actually,
you never know.
Is there a way for me to download this? Because, like, can I just download it off of YouTube?
I'm sure there's like an app you can download or something.
It's probably going to download it like at fucking 480 or something.
Probably. Okay.
All right, you're next.
So for these next three, I kind of tried to pick movies that we hadn't talked about that, I had watched slightly at a younger age or whatever, that led to me really liking the movies for whatever reason. And the first one of those, this is Bronson, directed, of course, by the buddy of Kojima, Nicholas Winding Refn, starring Tom.
You say friend, I say terrible influence.
Yes, starring Tom Hardy, of course, as the titular Bronson. This is just kind of one of those movies that I watched too early, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like, I don't really get what's going on here. And then I rewatched it, like, kind of a few years later when, I always kind of bounce back and forth in between my cinema stuff. And I liked it a lot more. I think this movie's absolutely fucking hilarious. I think it's razor sharp. It's super fast. It's like an adrenaline rush. It's constantly going. I think Drive is my favorite movie of his, but this is not a distant second, man. I think this movie is very, very good and very well made. And it's a shame that Nicholas has kind of veered more away from this and Drive and more into some of his more questionable territories and tendencies in some of his content. But I really would like him to go back to this kind of stuff because this stuff was great.
Yep, no. I know about this movie, haven't watched it. I want to watch it, but also, Jesus Christ, when?
Fair enough.
All right. My next one is Drumline. Nick Cannon movie, 2004. This is one of those movies that I don't think I really like it anymore. I think I just want to shout it out just because it's one of those movies that reminds me how partial I am, even back then as a kid, to just sound and music and just the way that it's used in a story. Drumline, he is part of a drumline at a college. And all of the scenes that they play drums, it's just fucking electrifying, and I love it. But also, I don't think this movie's very good. There's one scene that really fucking bothers me where they have Nick Cannon looking like, I don't know how to read music, and he's looking at music, and it's not percussion. It's not drums. It's not music sheets for drums. It's actual music with different notes, and it's like, that's not what fucking sheet music for drums is. I understand what you're trying to get to, but it's stupid that he can't read music, and that's a problem, because reading drums, it's literally like, it's just counting. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The entire point of the narrative is the whole crux of he's dumb. He doesn't know how to read music. He can learn how to read drum music because it's just counting and understanding the beat. Ugh. Anyways, I'm sorry that I got negative more than I wanted to, but still, Drumline, just it awoke something in me I didn't know was there.
I have also never heard of this movie. Sounds interesting. Will I ever watch it? Probably not. But
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah. Sounds-
No one needs to watch Drumline. You could honestly watch the drumming clips on YouTube, and it's like, damn, man, this sounds really good. Like, this is just some good ass drumming.
That's great. All right. I'm going to, for the next pick, I have to pick something to shout out specifically one of the most loyal listeners to the show and one of the best human beings ever, and that's Mr. Sean Mason, of course, the baker himself. And
God bless that man.
God bless him. So I'm picking for one of my picks, Mystic River. I know he's a big fan of this movie. 2003, of course, directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Sean Penn, Tim Robbins, and Kevin Bacon. This is a tremendous fucking movie. This is a movie I've been meaning to rewatch for a long ass time now, and I just haven't. When I did a lot of like movies that I love, and I did rewatches of them this last couple of years, there's been a reason for it. Like it's either been a steelbook or a 4K, and of course this movie does not have a steelbook or a 4K. So I might have a steelbook, but not an easily findable one, so I never ended up getting it. And yeah, so I didn't rewatch it, but it is something I would definitely like to rewatch. I have seen it a couple times before. I love it. It's one of Clint Eastwood's best for sure. He got a slew of Oscar nominations for, all deserved. And it's contrary to the last one, where it was like I watched it too early and like I need to rewatch it again. This one I didn't. I know I watched this one at a pretty young age, and I was fucking banging on it right out the start. I'm like, oh, it's a good ass fucking movie, and it really is. Just a great epic kind of tale of crime and tragedy, and it's what you'd expect from a Clint Eastwood movie, but it was still early enough along, especially, and with just fantastic performances from those three leads.
Yeah, no. I have not seen Mystic River. I'm honestly checking Letterboxd to see if I've even added it to my watch list, because we are all slaves to Sean, no matter how much he may disagree. So Mystic River, it is in my watch list. Okay, perfect, and it is streaming nowhere. God damn it. Okay, well, sorry, Mystic River. Maybe another time. Okay, so I'm gonna get this one out of the way because I don't think I ever mentioned it. V for Vendetta. Of course, this is another thing that just the Wachowskis have really just fucked me up, because like I just really love their style. I don't care if they didn't direct this; they fucking did. V for Vendetta. It's just stylish. It is just subtlety is for it's for cowards, and that's not how the Wachowskis roll. V for Vendetta is just on the fucking nose about everything that it's saying, and I just love the entire style of this movie.
So what's funny is when I was making my lists, I actually had this on here originally, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure you mentioned it before, and I already have two that have been mentioned, so I'm going to take it off. So I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering that, but that is so funny because I had this on my original draft of my list as well. Yeah, it's a fucking great ass movie, man. Like a great ass movie. I love this movie. I think it's so good. Remember the 5th of November. So good.
The gunpowder treason, I know not for what reason.
Oh man, it's good. And is it a little bit like
it's
early
so
2000s edgy? Sure, I get it. Like, yes, for sure.
Dude, it's got the Matrix sounds whenever he's whooshing the knives. I love it.
Yeah. No, it's good shit, man. I've always been a big fan / simp for Natalie Portman. So seeing her in here was great, and we'll talk about her again in one of my 2010 selections. But yeah, great movie, great pick, and I literally almost had it myself, so that's funny shit.
Hold on, I'm actually looking through my Letterboxd.
Yeah, it wasn't me that it definitely wasn't me that
diaries.
rewatched it, so it would have been you, and I thought you did, but maybe you didn't.
I've been diarying since January 2022, so I don't think I ever did. Maybe we talked around it.
Yeah, that must have been it then, but a good ass movie nonetheless. Glad I got to mention.
By the way, I have Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys running, but pretty much I forgot that the opening of the movie is Emile Hirsch and Kieran Culkin. They're doing a math project, and they're proving kind of like a triangle. They're proving that oh, well, one side of a triangle, all three of these sides must equal 180 degrees. What they did is that they cut down an electrical pole to prove that where it lands would break a glass. And they were proving that by stepping away from the glass, this pole would fall and not hit them. It would hit the glass bottle instead.
Oh, bet
Like
you move.
they're
This seems like kind of the movie that like maybe I just like throw it on in the background one day, just kind of chill and vibe and watch it. I don't know.
like it's a movie that just feels so like just rebellious youth. Like, cause like they're like, oh, you want us to do a math project? Fuck you. We're gonna take down an electric pole, and it's gonna try and fucking kill us. But with the power of math, it's not.
Video unavailable. The uploader has not made this video available in your country.
Ugh.
Shocking, I know.
You know the funny thing is that the way that I got the DVD was through my Canadian cousin.
Shout out your Canadian cousin. Good guy. All right. This is my final movies from the 2000s, and this is again we've talked around it for sure. Don't think it's ever been a topic, and that's Brick, the 2005 movie directed by Rian Johnson, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That woke person.
That woke person.
He made Star Wars woke.
Fucker. Yeah, this movie's great. It's like it's just everything you would want from like a movie like about a young kind of a teenage guy that like wants to be detective and kind of falls into this like noir kind of criminal underworld conspiracy bullshit. It's fun. It's good. It's well shot. It's well directed. Great twist. Great performance from Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's Rian Johnson doing what Rian Johnson should do and not Star Wars, which are these kind of stories. So I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I think it's fantastic. It's definitely like I actually bought it. It's funny. One of the last Criterion orders I did, you had to spend, I think it was like 100 or 150, I forget, but to qualify for free shipping because stupid Canadian site. And I was like $20 short, so I didn't want to buy another Criterion. But I was like, oh, Brick's $20, perfect. So I just threw that in there and bought a Blu-ray of Bricks. So I need to rewatch that eventually. But yeah, just a fantastic movie.
No, I haven't seen this. God damn it! I just So moving on, instead of repeating all that, my last movie on here, again, it's just one that I haven't gotten to talk about, but I just feel like it's always the one that I talk about when I say that remakes of movies could be good, because I need someone to remake The Butterfly Effect. I don't think Ashton Kutcher is a good actor. I would be, saying this now, watching King of the Hill, I'm definitely going to be very sad. I'm sorry, we got to remake a movie with Brittany Murphy. Sorry, girl, you were the GOAT. But the concept of a guy looking at his diary and being able to travel back in time to change events, that is such a great concept that you can totally just add a good actor to it, get someone that can write a proper script off of that idea, and please just remake this movie. So, like, Butterfly Effect, I just loved all the concept of it. That just, God damn it, why just please. So yes, Butterfly Effect, I still appreciate it for the idea that's in there, even though in execution, it is sorely lacking.
So first of all, I like this movie. I think it's a fun movie. I really like it.
I think I like it too, but also, god damn it.
So
it should probably be way better.
Absolutely. So because this show is officially canceled and there will never be another one, God bless their souls, hopefully, I am going to go ahead and proactively, I guess, whatever. I'm going to give my Jake G. Gyllenhaal. I cannot talk.
Jake Gyllenhaal
Simp Award.
Oh yeah, you're right. Jakey
G Simp Award. Holy fuck, I'm losing it. Jakey G Simp Award Tendy in 2025 for Jake Gyllenhaal's performance in the Butterfly Effect remake. Thank you.
That would actually be dope as fuck, because you know that Jake Gyllenhaal could play a fucking crazy motherfucker looking at a notebook.
Yeah, he'd bring it. He would fucking bring it. So that is my 2025 pick. I'm willing it into existence. So there you go. All right.
Thank you for using your magic arcane powers for this.
2010s. So I'm going to just bang out these two super quick because we have talked about them 1,000 times on the show before. Hereditary is my favorite horror movie of all time. Ari Aster is one of my favorite directors now. Yes, shocker. I know. I love this movie. It's incredible. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. Check it out if you haven't. My second pick, Uncut Gems. I fucking love this movie. I love movies that make me feel like an anxious piece of shit. This movie makes me feel like an anxious piece of shit. Great movie.
Yeah, no. Both good movies. We've said what we said on the main episodes. I don't feel like I need to say anymore.
This is how I win. All right, your turn.
Holy shit, I'm about to come.
Yeah, it's so good.
All right, I guess TV shows now?
Oh, you don't have any 2010 movies?
No, dude, no. Like, I scrolled through, and every time I looked at a movie, I'm
Oh,
like,
that's right. You
no,
said that. Okay.
I've talked about
Okay, fuck.
that.
Well, I got through more then. So quickly here.
Go
These
for
ones I have not. Okay. This one, I am 99% sure this hasn't been a topic on the show, but maybe you've snuck it in. I know I haven't rewatched this and I've wanted to for a while. And that's Prisoners, the 2013 film by Denis Villeneuve. Starring, of
I
course.
think I actually did. I talked about it at some
Did
point.
you fuck me? Okay, I forgot about that. Well,
Actually, hold on. That's a good question. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go through the topic list. You keep
yeah,
going
I'll just
because
talk about it
wanna
for a
confirm
minute
it
then.
or not.
But I fucking adore this movie. I've been wanting to rewatch it forever. I've been meaning to. I have the Blu-ray. You sent it to me. Haven't done it yet, but I will do it eventually. Fucking great movie though. One of Jake Gyllenhaal's best performances. Hugh Jackman's incredible in it. It is my personal favorite Denny V movie and one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's just a masterclass in tension and just building stakes, and with a fucking memorable ending that I love. So, just an incredible movie. I fucking adore this movie to pieces.
Man, I have watched so much shit. I think I'm scrolling through the 2021 list because I feel like it would have been through there. It probably was around the end of the year. Let me see. Oh, damn, man, I kind of wish I was quicker on what's the name? I wish I was quicker to Letterboxd so I could have had a better whatever. I can't find it. I feel like I did though. I feel like I did.
Yeah, it would have been you because I know I haven't, so it is possible. But sue me. It's the last show. Fuck you.
Who cares?
Yeah, no doubt.
This episode's fucking 5 episodes.
Yeah.
5 hours.
Speaking of Natalie,
I'm actually probably gonna split this one into two.
yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely gonna be a split into 2-1 for sure. It should be. Black Swan, 2010 by Mr. Darren Aronofsky, starring Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis. Another movie that I have been just fucking dying to rewatch, but no excuse. Boy, I wish I would have a sexy Black Swan steelbook, and they're not impossible to find. Rage. Because there's some nice steelbooks for that fucking movie too. But yeah, this movie's fucking fantastic. It's one of Aronofsky's best, arguably his best. But I mean, you can pick a couple of different ones from there for sure. But just a great Mother. Yeah, Mother's tremendous. Requiem for a Dream's incredible. I love The Whale, so lots of different ways you can go with that. But yeah, this movie is just such a it takes what The Red Shoes. It's such a love letter to that movie and just cranks it up to fucking 13. And it's just the story of a woman she's going through it, man. She wants to be a ballerina, and her life is just going to pieces. And it's the movie was 2 years before this was The Wrestler. And I always laugh, but this and The Wrestler are just perfect companion piece movies. Like it shows the extremes of going to your given profession. And it's not a coincidence. I feel that these movies came 2 years apart and they were his back-to-back projects because they have a similar theme and tone to them. Although this one does go a little bit more batshit crazy. But yeah, great fucking movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out.
God bless the actual final Black Swan dance.
Oh.
Just a wonderful thing.
Fucking tremendous.
Also, God, this reminds me I need to watch The Wrestler. That's
Yes, very good movie.
God damn it.
Yeah, definitely check that out. You'd like it. I mean, if you like you would definitely like it. But if you like Black Swan,
there's no way.
You wouldn't. Yeah, you like Aronofsky, you like Black Swan, you'll like it. It's right up your alley. Good shit. And honestly,
Mother feels like the big filter,
and
I love that.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a good, it's a great love letter to wrestling too in general because it's so true. Like wrestlers do not know when to quit, so it's good shit there. My final movie here is actually one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Not top 10, but it's up there, man. I really like this movie, and it scares the shit out of me. And that's Sinister, directed by Scott Derrickson, starring Ethan Hawke. I fucking love this movie, man. Bughuul is such a fucking creepy motherfucking cunt. It's got the vibes, man. Ethan Hawke is acting his ass off in this movie. It's got one of the cheapest, most bullshit jump scare endings ever. Fuck you for that. But yeah, I dig the hell out of this movie. It definitely is not perfect by any means, but there are some genuinely scary ass scenes in this movie. The lawnmower scene in particular gets me every fucking time. Just a great movie.
All right. This is actually one of the rare horror movies that I watched, and I don't know what it is that got me to watch it, but I'm happy that when I watched it, it was very restrained about just being a boo-ha gotcha. It was all about just trying to build that tension. And honestly, one of my favorite scenes is whenever Ethan Hawke is just walking through a room and all the ghosts are just like floating behind him out of his vision. Just great shit. So yeah, Sinister, I'm happy to sign off on that one as well.
Perfect. And that's it. So we're on to TV shows. Final chapter.
All right. So let's go ahead and get the first two that I just kind of need to get out of the way. Avatar: The Last Airbender and Mr. Robot. Avatar: The Last Airbender still is one of my top 3 shows of all time. I love that show. I still can't believe it is good as it is, regardless of if it's a kid's show or not. Even if you measure it against the big boy TV shows, it is still holding its own. Mr. Robot, we got to talk about that basically at the beginning of the podcast. So, like, at this point, we're just wrapping it back around to still say, I fucking love it. So, that's it.
So I've only got one, actually, I think, that we've talked about before. So
oh yeah, no, the rest of these are new.
Yeah, so okay, so I'll just bang out the one. It's from 2010, but whatever. I'll go out of order here. And that is The Leftovers. I mean,
I left it off of mine because I was like, we gave it an entire.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but
you were gonna say it.
It's literally my favorite piece of media in any medium ever. Period. So it's on my list. That's it. No more.
Yeah, no, nothing else to be said.
Nothing else to be said.
I'm gonna knock out, I guess, 2 as well that are just like no duh. Game of Thrones. Even with the final 2 seasons shitting the bed, I still think that the first 4 seasons are still some of the best politicking writing that you've just ever seen in a fucking TV show. And just even the amount of budget and the effort and the characters and the actors and the writing, that Game of Thrones at its peak was you couldn't get any better TV than that. You know, of course, we both love The Leftovers more, and Game of Thrones probably isn't exactly in my top. It might be in my top 5. I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. But, like, it is still a show that I deeply respect, and it just pisses me off that they soiled their own entire reputation by fucking it up that way.
Yeah, fuck them. Like, legitimately, fuck you for that.
You're burnt already. You're done.
I'm burnt, and I'm done. And like I said, in 5 or 6 years, when fucking with these TV rates, maybe 8 years or 10 years, but when House of Dragons is done and dusted, you are free to DM me and say, hey, fucking, this is a good show, it ended well, and maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah, but season 1 was just so close, man. Like,
I get it.
Like, I just needed 2 more episodes to just be like, there it is. But hopefully season 2, because I don't even think season 2 got affected by the writer's strike, because it was a European production.
Oh, okay, so should be soon.
Yeah. Another one, because we did talk about it. Halt and Catch Fire. It's such a quiet little good show, and it just always kind of annoyed me that the only thing I could say that knocks it is that it is consistently good. It never feels like it gets better, so it always feels like, okay, I could go for another episode instead of, holy shit, I need to watch another episode. So yeah, Halt and Catch Fire, there it is.
Would like to watch that one day. Definitely on my list of shows to watch, but TV is... I still haven't watched the final season of Succession. So, who knows? That should tell you everything.
So do you have more TV shows or no? Because I don't know to keep going.
Oh, I got tons. Yeah, no, I got tons.
Okay, cool. All right, go for it, because I knocked out all my easy ones.
Yeah, so I'll bet. I mean, some of these are easy, but whatever. I'll just start with you.
Yeah, we'll see.
So if I was to make a list of like the top, let's say 5 things, I don't know if even that many, maybe top 3 things that I'm disappointed I never got to talk with you about on this show, specifically from your perspective, because I would love to hear your thoughts on it. This might be at the very top of that list, and that's The Shield. Definitely one of my favorite television shows of all time. It started the cable TV revolution with Sopranos. Everyone talks about Sopranos, and rightfully so. Sopranos is fucking incredible. Please do not think I'm shitting on The Sopranos. Incredible show. But this was right there with it, man. It was early in the trenches, battling with FX, trying to get that network some notoriety. Super gritty, just balls to the wall action with this one. The way it's shot, everything like that was so unique, and just an incredible fucking show. Vic Mackey, one of the best, like, kind of evil shithead protagonists that you like to root for. Definitely has that early archetype down really well. And it's just a tremendous show from start to finish. I think the entire show is great, but I think it's season 5, Forrest Whitaker comes on and just has the best fucking, like, he's basically a guest star for the entire season, and he just fucking murders it, man. Like, I think Forrest Whitaker is an incredible actor anyways, but holy shit is he good in this season, and just elevates the whole show to another level. And one of the smarter endings for a show I've ever seen too. So start to finish, just a great show.
All right. So I'm almost wondering. Okay, so I've been watching King of the Hill. You know this, and I haven't been really watching any drama right now. And I just keep looking at the Americans, and I'm just like, do I want to cuck the Americans again?
Americans is Americans is very good, so I will not advocate cucking it. It's a good show. So.
But also, it's been a meme at this
point.
It is. So every single time that I try to watch something or play something that's like, it's right on the verge. It's like, we're going to cuck you again.
No, I mean, hey, like, fucking cuck
Bloodborne is the cuck game right now.
Yeah, you need it. You got a cuck game. So cuck TV show. Now we just need to figure out your cuck movie, and we're set. Really.
There is no cuck movie because I love movies so much. I just keep watching.
We got to come up with the cuck movie. Look through your pile and decide on one and report back to me next week.
Actually, hold on. There has to be a 4K that I've cucked it multiple times. Oh, The Northman. The Northman is the cuck movie.
All right, there we go. Northman. Sorry, you're not being watched. Oh, that is true. Actually, you've had polls for it too. Okay.
Yeah, I've cucked The Northman multiple times. Like, totally.
I'll bang out one more TV show because you did too, and this is a little quick.
By the way, The Shield, 7 seasons and 88 episodes. That's totally that sounds very manageable.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Speaking of very manageable and short shows, Firefly. Thanks, Fox. Made by Josh.
Rip.
Sorry.
Rip.
Yeah, rip. Made by Josh Whedon, of course, starring Nathan Fillion. You got fucking what you got with this one. It was 14 episodes of just fantastic sci-fi action, and then unceremoniously dumped by Fox. You got a movie a little bit later called Serenity. Movie was good, not as good as the show, and that's been it forever. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't want them to even attempt anything now because Josh Whedon fucking sucks. So I'm good, but
and allegations.
Yeah, allegations. But no, incredible show. Absolutely. I remember finally sitting down to watch it way after the fact, like maybe 10 years after the fact. No, recent, but definitely after the fact, and be like, why the fuck is everyone like praising this show so much? Can't be that good. And it's like, oh fuck, I was really good. Why isn't there more? So it was depressing for me, but it had to happen. So shout out to Firefly, great show.
All right, I have no experience with it. I'm gonna move on. This show is actually probably like a good Rosetta Stone to another point of my humor. And that's the Fairly Odd Parents. I said I was going to mention it last episode, but just right there, 2000. So I'm mentioning it now. Fairly Odd Parents gave me something that is definitely informed how I make, I guess, not how I make jokes, but I guess how I'm humorous. It informed my humor, what I do and what I enjoy. And there's something specifically at Fairly Odd Parents that they would always have just 3 callbacks, and it would always be referential, and it is awesome. So usually it would just hammer the same joke 3 times, and usually the 3rd time would always hit hard. And yeah, no, that's it. Just Fairly Odd Parents was always written pretty well, and I'm very happy that I watched that show and enjoyed it as much as I did. So yeah, that's it.
Got 0 touchstone with that, so it's nothing for me there. Next up for me is True Blood, the HBO series from 2008 that lasted to 2014. This show was just on it based off the strength of the first few seasons. It absolutely goes to, and I mean, don't get me wrong, this show is never like it's not like super high quality. It's very pulpy. You know, it's just trashy. It's trashy. It's fun. I like it. But it really falls off the rails after like season 4, like to a bad degree. It's so bad where this is one of the shows that made me implement the okay, if I get one bad season, fuck you, I'm out rule. And that's this. True Blood is basically True Blood and The Walking Dead are basically the reasons I have this rule now. But yeah, True Blood was fucking so much fun, especially at the start. I mean, you got the start of Alexander Skarsgård here, who's fantastic as Eric the vampire. Rutina Wesley here as Tara Early, and Anna Paquin. I don't know if she's done much since then, but she was a fantastic lead as the great Suki Stackhouse.
She was busy being cut out of X-Men movies and saying 2 words in The Irishman.
True. Very true. But yeah, and shout out,
girl.
I have a big thing for, like not a big thing, I guess. I think everyone enjoys it, but I love good intros. Like something about a good intro for a TV show will get me fired up to watch it. And like, I don't want to, and I'll never skip it. True Blood is one of the best fucking opening intros for a TV show I think I've ever seen. It's trashy. It lets you know what you're in for. It's just kind of grimy and dirty, and it's so good. It's a catchy song. I love it to pieces. And a fun little fact about it is my mom was really big into True Blood as well. We watched most of it together. And I would always troll her because she loved the fucking intro and loved the show. But I would before every season, new season would start, I'd be like, "Oh, Mom, there's been big backlash, eh? They're changing the intro," and she'd get so fucking mad. She'd believe me every time, and she'd be like, "Why would they change the fucking intro? That's the best part of the show." And it always made her so mad. So, shout out Mama Brown and shout out that intro because that intro is absolutely fantastic, and I loved it.
The funny thing is that without True Blood, I don't know if I would have gotten my girlfriend, now wife. So story time. I'm gonna try and keep it brief because Jesus Christ, I've been running for a while now. So me and my wife, we were flirting a little bit back and forth, and basically I was like, "Hey, you like vampire stuff? You've been watching the Vampire Diaries. Are you interested in True Blood?" And I pirated basically like all of season 1, and I was like, "Hey, you know, my parents are, I don't even remember where the fuck my parents were. They just were gone for like the week." And I was like, "Hey, I can go pick you up. I can get some alcohol for us through a friend." By the way, I didn't have even, I think, a driver's permit, so like I just knew how to drive this little red truck that my parents had. It was stick, and I still love that little red truck. And I was like, "Hey, I can go and pick you up, and we can watch True Blood, and you can drink." And I got her to basically to come over to my house. I called my now sister-in-law, which she was just my brother's girlfriend. I was like, "Hey, I have this girl here. I don't want to drive again to risk it. Do you think you could drop us off Chick-fil-A?" Anyways, so we watched an episode of True Blood until we didn't. By the way, it was kissing. There we go. Let's just get that out of the way. No, people, no. So basically, True Blood, it's strangely monumental little piece to my plan.
Well, that's a great story. True Blood, the ultimate wingman. Shout out True Blood.
Haven't watched a single thing of it afterwards.
Perfect. No, it's honestly quit while you're ahead. Good call. Good call.
I still do kind of want to get back to it just because like it's such a
so
starting point where it's like, why not?
I mean, it's so hard for me to recommend just because of what a fucking nosedive it takes. But my God, those first 3 or 4 seasons are really fun. Like really fucking fun. So there's definitely some value there, but
Game of Thrones was on my list. I'm okay with a nosedive.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Speaking of nosedives, House of Cards. I'm doing this specifically off of the first 2 seasons.
Yes.
Because I don't remember shit about season 3. And then season 4, I don't even remember if I tried it. And then just 5 and 6, who gives a shit? But like, look, man. I cannot not mention House of Cards and those first 2 seasons. Man.
So good.
Just just God bless David Fincher's style being so integral at the beginning. He directs the first 2 episodes, and then everyone else afterwards is imitating his style and actually imitating it pretty well. Like, the acting is so hot. It is putting Netflix on the map, which honestly was probably a mistake in hindsight, but also who cares at this point, whatever. But like the actual just show itself for those first 2 seasons, it is on that level of Game of Thrones for the politic writing, where the real Game of Thrones definitely had its actual backstabbings, and House of Cards maybe did get a little bit goofy by fucking throwing that woman right in front of that train. But like the actual backstabbing that would happen on like debate stages is so incredible that it just makes me sad that there's still 4 seasons after that, because if it just ended with Frank becoming president, that would have been a hot 2 seasons that people would still hold in high regard instead of how people regard it now.
Yep, I agree. You just fucking make that show 2 seasons. That's like, oh my god, it's 2 of the best seasons of television I've ever seen. Netflix hit it out of the fucking park. Let's go, baby. And then, everything else happens afterwards. I didn't even finish it. The last season I heard was absolutely horrendous after fucking Kevin Spacey obviously got Me Too'd and he was out of there. I did not.
Which, by the way, did you hear that apparently he was found innocent in a court of law? Which I don't know if that's true.
No, that is true.
That
yeah, no, that's true. They just didn't have enough evidence. I mean, from all accounts, he's a piece of shit. It just sounds like there was no evidence. So it's gonna be one of those he said, she said things forever, and yay.
He's an OJ. We're just gonna call him an OJ. I'm sorry.
Basically, I mean, he had that creepy fucking in character video as Frank Underwood on YouTube,
exactly.
which that was all the guilt I needed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you did it. You did that shit.
But yeah, those first 2 seasons are fucking immaculate, man. Like, it's such a great story told, and then he becomes president. You end it there, beautiful.
Yeah, like the man played the game. He won.
Man played the game.
It.
You won that. We won it. You won it. But I get it. House of Cards. You got to show the collapse, and they just unfortunately did not do a great job with that one. All right.
It's in the title. Damn it.
Yeah. Moving on. The next show for me, I don't know if I've even ever mentioned this show on the in any episode before. So like we get a lot of like mentions and roundabouts and stuff like that. I could be misremembering, but I don't know if the show has ever been mentioned. And that is Rescue Me. The show from 2004, starring
a little bit. It's been in the periphery.
Okay, cool. Starring Dennis Leary, of course. This is just another one of those early kind of. I caught on this one early. I was watching FX shows. I tuned into this one. It's basically about a firefighter after 9/11. His brother dies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea that's what that was. Shit, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. So basically, here's the thing. New York firefighter Tommy Gavin is a hot mess. He talks to his cousin Jimmy, who died at the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001, and he's seeing ghosts of other victims too. And it's basically him just...
Oh, fucking dope.
It's a great
Holy
idea.
shit.
It's a fucking great idea, man. And just him battling alcohol addiction and literally seeing ghosts and trying to get through his life, man. It's fucking great. It's so well done. It's not talked about enough. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, definitely do that, people, because it is a really good show.
Okay, so I know, you know this. I've just been woefully underserving FX in general. Now, thankfully, America is catching up. Hulu and Disney Plus are merging here in the States. I'm really hoping that it's through Disney Plus as the main launcher instead of Hulu, because I have Hulu ads. Disney Plus, I don't have ads. So I would very much like just throw it in Disney Plus. I get ad free and I can start running through these FX shows, because God, Rescue Me, just from that synopsis, like, I had no idea. I thought it was just Dennis Leary, the fireman. But now that I hear with all that extra shit, I'm like, God, that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a very unique spin on it. And even as someone, like, I'm a Canadian, obviously, but obviously, 9/11 kind of spread everywhere, and it was very, very, noteworthy moment in history for all the wrong reasons, of course. But yeah, that show, it was really smart and really well done. It was tasteful too. They weren't an asshole about it. It played a lot of respect to firefighters and shows you, just how fucked up and dangerous their jobs are. You can hate, policemen and all this bullshit. You almost never hear anyone say anything negative about a firefighter, man. Like,
hey, yo, fuck the fireman.
Yeah, no one's saying that, man. Never, because those people are fucking insane, man. What they do, and God bless them for that.
Dude, I fucking hate this Hulu thumbnail. Like oh god, this is fucking terrifying. I'm gonna send you this screenshot on Discord because it's like Dennis Leary, like they I don't know what they did. Like they stretched his neck out
Oh,
way too far.
that's that.
It's
Yeah,
that's
yeah, that
terrifying.
was promotional material. I forget for which season, but I definitely remember that. It's
It has to be the last season because of course it is.
yeah,
Like
probably. It is definitely horrifying, but yeah.
I fucking hate it. Hold on, rescue me long neck. Can I Google this and it'll give me the image? No, it's just giving me a long like sweater. Okay, never mind. Thank God. Let this image fucking die.
How many do you got left total for
Okay.
TV shows?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I got 4, so you bang out a couple.
All right, okay, next one. Skins UK. I've talked around this one, but I still just have never given it its due. Skins UK, specifically the first 2 seasons, because the first cast of characters are probably still the best ones, which is funny. So, like, the UK, they enjoy dumping out their characters. They don't really want to do long seasons for pretty much anything. So, Skins had 3 sets of characters and then a final season where they brought back some of the characters, like to kind of catch up where they were as adults. Season 1 and 2, that cast of characters is so fucking stacked of just a whole bunch of actors that you recognize that it's like, holy shit, man. We've got Nicholas Holt, we've got Hannah Murray, we've got Dev Patel, we've got Daniel Kaluuya, we got Kaya Skull. God, I can't really pronounce that name. But like there are so many British names that just came out of here that like it's like damn. It's funny because this, in contrast to the fact that my wife is currently watching Degrassi, I'm like, man, Degrassi, no one fucking famous came out of Degrassi. It's where careers went to go fucking die. Well, okay, acting careers went to go die because Drake went to a different medium and was successful. So, like, Skins, it is just trashy as trashy gets, but also there's like something very entertaining about these teenagers, and they have a little bit like of an after school special to them, but also like all the issues are just really fucked up. Anyways, the first 2 casts of characters, great. Second cast, just there's one character that is fucking abysmal, and I wish he'd fucking die, and he hangs around for too long and ruins basically the entire second set that I never even got to the third set. Then the final season, final season literally touches on 2 characters from season 1 and then 1 character from the second set of characters. So like that should tell you where they're, where people care. So yeah, Skins, just I need to shout it out because it's just one of those ones that I like Skins.
Yeah, never watched it, but I have heard.
No, you shouldn't.
No, you don't think?
Now I don't know how you feel about the trashy teens.
That's true. The teens in particular, yeah. Because I don't mind the trashy shit. Because I've always kind of got like Nip Tuck vibes from that, which almost made my list. I fucking love that show. Yeah, no, but yeah, the teen stuff is more hit and miss for me for sure.
All right, the next one. This is just segmented to the first season. Prison Break. Now, the reason I put it on here is because season 1 is actually like really good. It's just 24 episodes. This man has the prison tattooed on his back, and he's gonna break his brother out of prison. It's such a simple premise, but for the 24 episodes, it's dope to just see them slowly build out this plan. I say season 1 specifically because season 2 starts kind of strong, and then it gets into weird conspiracy shit where it's like, dude, the show is called Prison Break. We broke out of the prison. I get it. Your show is successful. Please stop. So, honestly, Prison Break is coming back. I don't really know how they're doing it, but like it is still just an interesting enough idea that I'm rooting for this reboot. So, just stay away from the conspiracy shit. Just stick to the Prison Break. And that's it.
Here's what you
That's
do.
all I want to say. Prison Break, season 1 is dope.
Here's what you do. Anthology series. Each season is a new Prison Break.
Fucking dope. That'd be awesome. Just, I wanted that for Orange is the New Black, where we just got random stories in prison. But nope. Had to fucking keep going.
Yeah, that's another show that should have ended after a couple seasons for sure.
Yep. All right. So am I banging out another? Because I've got one, two, three, four, five.
Yeah, do one more.
All right. So Gilmore Girls. This is I'm probably a faker for having this one on here because I've just only watched a little bit off of what my wife has watched, but I just still need to shout out that Gilmore Girls writing is so fucking sharp. My wife told me today, she's like, "Hey, where's the PS3 in the living room?" And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "I want to watch Gilmore Girls with my DVDs because we don't have access to Netflix right now." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. All right, let me break out the PS3, connect it." Even watching the first episode, it still made me laugh a couple of times. So like, no, Gilmore Girls is just sharply written, and you would never fucking expect it would be.
Yeah, it's spite listed for me, so never, never happening, unfortunately.
I forgot what, why.
My friend wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. IRL. So
Okay.
yeah, he it is 100% spite listed forever. Dude,
Honestly,
why
because it's a TV show.
why are you watching The Dark Knight? Watch Gilmore Girls instead. Go fuck yourself, Anthony. You know what you did. All right.
Why watch The Dark Knight? You got Gilmore Girls.
Fucking guy.
Yes, those things are definitely substitutable.
Yeah, he was just trolling. Fucking cunt.
I'm gonna throw this one out here.
Sure.
Just fuck it. I'm gonna get it out of the way.
Sure.
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh boy. Speaking of shows that should have ended earlier too. One season, 2 seasons.
I still contend that if How I Met Your Mother just didn't stick to the fucking ending they wrote in season 2, you could have salvaged the show. I'm still committed that if they didn't realize that the show had changed and that ending doesn't work, I still think that this show could have been the Friends killer that it was always meant to be. And alas, it didn't, and now no one cares about it, and it's just like, God damn it. How I Met Your Mother is another one where you fumble it at the end when you just had so much work that made the show good. Because I've always said that if you canceled after season 5, and that would have been pretty good, people would remember it, they'd be happy about it. I still think there's even good moments up to like season 7. I don't know about 8, I don't really remember. Season 9 is where it's like, oh god. But like, I still think that if people can watch The Office, even with those 2 bad seasons, it had a good ending at the end that allows people to watch it. So if How I Met Your Mother just had an ending that landed, I wouldn't be talking about it in this negative manner. But still, damn it, there are some good, funny-ass episodes there.
Yeah, no, it's very enjoyable. There's a lot of good, positive stuff there. Definitely ends like a pile of shit, though. So.
Yep. Yeah. So I got 3 from there.
All right. I got 4, so we're good. My last of the 2000s is, of course, technically, I think this show. When did this show start? It was 2001. Cool, we're good. And that's 24. The show starring Kiefer Sutherland, of course, and Marilyn Ritzcub. I don't know how to say her fucking last name. Carlos Bernard, Alicia Kupfert. Lots of good people. This show was for me, it was really ahead of its time in a lot of ways, because it was kind of like Game of Thrones, except, I mean, obviously Jack Bauer was safe, but literally nobody else was safe. Anyone else could die. A lot of people did die, and it was just kind of cool. It was like you'd see like big characters like in the agency just get like fucking randomly killed off, and you'd be like, oh fuck, who's gonna replace them now? And it was always interesting to see that sort of thing. It definitely kind of goes off the rails at the end, and it did get like a reboot attempt, which I heard was horrible, so I never watched either of them. But the base series, for the most part, is a lot of fun, especially those first like 4 seasons, man. Those first 4 to 5 seasons even were just absolutely fantastic television, in my opinion. That's another one that I remember going to like Rogers Video as a kid and just like renting the entire season so I could watch them all.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so fucking good. And there's so many. I have so many fucking good memories of the show, and I think one of my favorite ones, and obviously it's a slight spoiler, but one of my favorite, and it was funny enough, it's kind of when the show jumped the shark, unfortunately, but a fan favorite character was a guy named Tony, who was played by Carlos Bernard, and he died. When did he die? I want to say it was like season 4 or season 5. I don't remember exactly, but it was a big twist because he was kind of thought to be the only person that would be safe, along with Kiefer Sutherland to Jack Bauer, because he'd been from the show since the beginning, and people loved him, and he was a huge part of it. But no, they finally kill him off, and that was like comes a big shock to people. But then when the show jumps the shark for me is like 2 seasons later, he comes back from the dead, and I'll just never I'll never forget that moment, because it's so funny, because Jack Bauer's like in this like big shootout, and like this guy's about to kill him, but then a guy rolls out of a van and with a mask and blows his head off instead, and he pulls off the mask, and it's Tony, and just Kiefer Sutherland, Tony, why'd you kill him? And it's just fucking great acting, and just a great show overall, and I love too that it's one of the original shows where if you just would listen to fucking Jack Bauer, everything would be fine. Like the day would be saved 1 hour in. The show would not be called 24 anymore. It would be called 1 if you would just listen to Jack Bauer. But of course nobody does. So terrorists always, almost get away with their dastardly plots.
Yeah, no, 24 is one that I would like to watch, but also, Jesus Christ, is there a long list of FX, and then you throw an O in the middle of that, and now I have to watch those shows too? Oh, God. So, 24, Jesus Christ, when the hell am I going to get there?
That's totally fair. I'll bang out one more here quickly.
Yeah, go for it.
Actually, I want to make sure I didn't cheat, because it actually might be too late. Nope, 2019. We're good. That is the TV series Watchmen. Of course, only one season by Mr. Damon Lindelof himself. Just a tremendous fucking show. It's probably... I have another miniseries on this list. It's my favorite miniseries of all time. This is second for sure. I think it's just an incredible show. My only minor complaint about this show is I don't think it quite sticks the landing as hard as I'd like. I do like it. I just not in love with it like I was, for instance, with The Leftovers ending, which I think is just pitch perfect. This is still good. I do like it.
But damn, it didn't compare to my favorite show of all time.
It's a minor criticism. But Regina King, of course, is fantastic. Jeremy Irons is just an incredible Ozymandias. And you take this show and it's like, okay, how do you fucking make a TV series out of The Watchmen? That is the most insulting shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. You do what Damon Lindelof did. Is it perfect? No. But is it going to be as perfect as you can get with that Watchmen property without spitting all over it? Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just because, again, funny thing, happenstance. I woke up this morning. Black Friday deals for 4Ks have been coming out at Best Buy. You know what I bought today? I bought for $10 the Watchmen 4K cut.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Good.
And I bought it intentionally, not even to put it on the shelf, but because I have the Watchmen Steelbook for the show. I need the movie, so if I ever let someone borrow the show, it's like, hey, by the way, here's the movie. It's a little different. I'll explain the differences later, but this is kind of a good summary of the comic.
That's awesome. I didn't even know the fucking. I didn't know the TV show had a Steelbook. I gotta look into that.
Oh, seriously? Oh, dude, I have a spare one that I'm sitting on in case if I ever want to sell it. But honestly, I don't think it is that much stonk. So
yeah, I might hit you up.
I'll let it go.
Yeah, I might hit you up because I did not know that was a thing. It's just Blu-ray though, right? Never got a 4K release, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Fucking depressing. God damn it, HBO. But yeah,
still though, the Blu-ray will be better than whatever you stream.
Absolutely, no doubt. But yeah, incredible show, second favorite miniseries of all time. Lindelof, please bless us with your fucking talent soon, because I need you.
What are you talking about? We have Mrs. Davis.
Nah, there was number 2 on the top 3 shows we never got to talk about.
I will just bomb you with messages for Rescue Me, The Shield, and Mrs. Davis.
There you go.
All right. This is my last drama one. The last 3 are all going to be comedy, so I kind of want to save those for the end. Look at that. It's another one of wasted potential, or at least you should have ended early. Westworld.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Did that first season fuck hard.
Hold on. I thought there was only one season. They made more?
Oh, there's this weird like they lost the rights to it. HBO lost the rights to it.
Okay, okay,
But
okay, okay.
Nolan, he wanted to shop around. He's like, "Damn it, Tenet didn't make the money. I need to buy myself another golden toilet. I'll just shop it around." So there's like unofficial seasons that
Got it. Okay, that's fair. Because I've only seen one season. And that was phenomenal.
Yeah, no, that season is fucking great. It's such a good little mystery that like gets unraveled. It's J.J. Abrams is actually being restrained for a little bit. I mean, there's a twist that Reddit ruined, and then they basically ruined the rest of the show moving forward. But no, Westworld season one, you could honestly just watch that one season, and it would still work. And I've honestly considered buying just the 4K for season one, but I feel like I'd want to watch it again before I did that. But still, man, just Watchmen season one. Oh, what a world where that show could have not fucked it up. But instead, what we did do is that we got a lasting image of Westworld where they got Damon Lindelof. No, not David Lindelof. Where they got David Benioff and DB Weiss cutting up a dragon. So it's like, damn, you guys knew, huh?
No shit, eh? Yeah, so jokes aside, I've only seen season one. It's funny, and I never planned on that. I was like, okay, I'll go back to the show eventually. And then I heard, no, don't. So I have not. I will be very happily in my fantasy land that the show ended after one season, because damn, that is a good season of television.
Yeah, no, I can tell you right now that season two, oh god, is it so up its own ass. And then there's like one episode that's like better than anything in season one, and I was like, holy shit. And then it just kept going. I was like, god, this is a waste of time. And when I tried with season three, like a couple episodes, and I was like, I'm done.
Yep, that sounds like the right decision. I have heard from some people that the last season's actually pretty good, but like, fuck, like, no. Like, if you've ruined that much, I don't want to go to that effort for that. No.
2 seasons to trudge through?
No.
Nah, we're good.
No.
I'll read a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, I have 3 shows left.
I got 2, so you do another one.
All right, so I gotta shout it out again, man. Danger 5. Holy shit, is Danger 5 just kind of like my little secret that I keep telling people, but it's still my little secret because it's not like anyone listens to me. But Danger 5, just these 2 seasons of just a mixed match of special agents from random nations. So like you got an American one, you got a British one, you got an Australian one, you got a Russian one, and I think you got 2 from British, some from UK. But anyways, basically you got 5 agents and they're tasked with killing Hitler in the 1960s because World War II has been going on for 20 years. It is so fucking hilarious. It is so stupid. It feels like a fever dream that you would watch on Adult Swim late at night, except it was real, and you can watch both seasons on YouTube. Danger 5 is easily one of my favorite shows just of all time, and it's so goddamn wacky and stupid, and oh, I love it.
Yeah, you've talked about this show before. Never watched it, but maybe one day. Definitely, from what you've explained to me, it sounds like a lot of fun, so for sure.
Dude, did I tell you that they get their orders from a man in a giant eagle head?
I believe so. Or at least I've seen I've seen a picture of that. I don't know if you've posted it somewhere or what, but I've definitely seen that.
What if I told you that he bullies the Australian woman, and every single time that she talks, he's like, "Shut up, woman."
I mean, that just sounds based as fuck.
It's incredible. Oh, dude, he gets progressively more violent towards her, and it's just like, it's so fucking funny.
That's good shit. I'll have to try watch that one day for sure.
Like both seasons, because like I don't know why. I don't know if it's in the U.S. Honestly, click the link that I just sent you. I'm curious if episode 1 is also blocked in Canada. But like,
let me see.
In America,
let me see.
Literally, all 2 seasons are just free.
No,
on YouTube.
No, it works here.
It's fucking. Oh, sweet. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
you have something very quick.
Yeah, I could Chromecast the shit out of that if I wanted to. So maybe I'll check that out. All right.
So yeah, that's it. I have 2 left that I'm probably going to bundle together, mostly for racism.
Awesome. All right. We endorse racism here at Passive Pixels.
Whatever.
It's the last episode. Fuck it. Nobody's still gonna be here. Actually, if you split them up into 2, then yeah.
Hold on. We're Linkin Park. Nobody Nobody's listening.
All right, my second to last, and I mentioned my favorite miniseries of all time, and that goes to The Night of. This was a show in 2016 starring Riz Ahmed and John Turturro. It's been a long time since I've been so. Very rarely do TV shows these days, like I watch it, I'm like, oh fuck, I want to watch more. And kind of get that binge tick. You know what I mean? Like you want to binge more right away and watch more. The Night of, though, was absolutely one of those. It's funny. I remember going over to my dad's house one weekend, and he's like, "Hey, have you watched The Night of?" And I know, well, let's watch a couple episodes. And I watched them, and then when I got home, I literally like binged the fucking rest. Like I was like, this show is so fucking good. It's such a simple premise, guy kind of who's very shy and usually doesn't like go out much. Riz Ahmed, he kind of gets a little bit too drunk one night. His friend abandons him. He meets a girl, wakes up the next morning, covered in blood. Girl's dead next to him. He doesn't remember what the fuck happened. And it's just...
That's an awesome Saturday, if you ask me.
Yeah, no shit. And it's just him basically figuring out what happened. John Turturro, amazingly, an incredible performance, plays his cheaply public assigned lawyer because he can't afford anything better. And it's just a great story and about this kid who's now, being held in jail for murder and looks very guilty. And I don't want to spoil too much, but it's so smart because while the trial's going on, he's stuck in prison and he's slowly starting to get corrupted. And it kind of shows you both sides of the story. And it's so well done and definitely worth watching if you haven't. It's one season. There's been tons of rumors that they were always going to do a second season, but I don't understand how that would work unless you're doing an anthology thing. And it has never happened, so I don't think it will, which is good. This stands great as a single individual season of television, and it's just fantastic.
Yep, it has been on my watch list for HBO. So HBO is actually probably one of my most meaningful watch lists because I like HBO enough that I want to finish everything on my watch list. So yes, that will be watched at some point. Now, here's the thing I'm curious of: is The Night of Blu-ray?
It is Blu-ray.
Do they
yes.
have a Blu-ray?
Yeah, they do.
Amazon doesn't have it, so it's not real. Goddamn it!
It does exist. I've seen it, and I've almost bought it a few times. So there is a Blu-ray. No 4K, unfortunately.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it
Okay.
does exist. All right.
My last two.
I got one.
Accidentally.
I got one left.
Oh, go ahead. Never mind.
Oh no,
Go
you
for
can
it,
do your
go for
bundle too if you want. I've got one left though, so it's up to you.
it. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and these two, they're gonna go together, mostly because it's hilariously accidentally racist on my shelf. The two shows that are DVD only and they're right next to each other because they're in alphabetical order is The Boondocks and Chappelle's Show. Both black TV shows, and for some reason, no one wants to see the black man in HD. And that's the only reason I can understand why they're stuck on DVD. So, The Boondocks, rewatched season 1, and I forgot how integral The Boondocks is to my sense of humor, and so is The Chappelle Show. There is nothing I find funnier than race-based humor, and these two shows have it in such spades. Like, the other thing as well, like I mentioned in the last episode, South Park, I enjoy myself some very controversial humor. The Boondocks has an episode where they have Martin Luther King as a character, and they have him say the N-word, and it might be one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard in my life. The second episode is an R. Kelly trial case episode. Chappelle Show, oh my god, a black white supremacist is one of the first skits of the show. Both of these shows are so influential to my humor. Again, they need to be mentioned.
I have never seen Boondock Saints.
No, the Boondocks, not Boondock Saints.
The
Boondocks.
Saints. Yes, I've never seen it.
Wait, you're fucking with me?
No.
No. The Boondocks is a TV show. It's not the Boondock Saints. It's two separate things.
Wait, what?
So hold on. The Boondocks is
that's why I said.
Animated
that's why
show.
I said the Boondock Saints, right?
No, you said the Boondock. You said the Boondocks Saints.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Boondocks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, this is two separate things. The Boondock Saints is a movie that stars, uh,
Oh fuck,
God, I
bro!
can't.
I am just tired.
Norman
I knew
Reedus.
it was an animated series, so I was just fucking saying the wrong goddamn thing.
I thought you were fucking with me.
No, no, man, I'm just fucking dead. Much respect for.
Don't worry, we're both fucked tomorrow,
Yeah,
man.
I'm sorry to the Boondocks. I did not mean to disrespect you, or maybe I did, and you can just call me racist. Do whatever you want. I've never seen it.
I prefer my Boondocks with Irishmen. Thank you very much.
Never seen it. Would like to one day. It looks funny. I have though seen quite a bit of the. I have seen quite a bit of the Chappelle Show. On the other hand, Chappelle Show's fucking hilarious. Like just drop dead funny. So funny.
Dude, if you love the Chappelle Show, the Boondocks is going to fucking kill you. It is actually going to fucking kill you.
In a good way.
Yes,
Good.
yes. No, you will die of fucking laughter. I still can't believe how fucking funny this show is. Dude, there's an entire episode where one of the characters is told, hey, we need you to direct the school play. And he's like, if you give me full creative control, I'll do it. And so he starts fucking calling Quincy Jones. He starts calling fucking Denzel Washington to play Black Jesus. Like, it's so fucking ridiculous. I love it.
It's fucking great. Yeah, I'll have to add it to my list then of the never-ending shows that I want to watch. But I will, like I said, Chappelle Show, fucking good shit, man. I will never not laugh at that skit with the family and their name. You know the one I'm talking about, I'm sure. But fuck me, oh my god, that.
N-I-G. I'm not gonna spell the rest. It's their family.
It's so good, man.
Moaning.
Oh my god! Like, look, I, you can argue for fucking 20 years about the character of Chappelle. I don't care, but the man's funny, man. When a comedian is funny, it's funny. I've actually just recently, we're so close to the end, so not to go off on a huge tangent, but I've been watching. Do you know who Matt Rife is?
No.
So I don't know why. I've just been like, he's been appearing in my my feed, so I've been watching videos of him. He's fucking hilarious, like absolutely funny. And his big thing is I've never seen somebody that's more adept at crowd work. Like he'll make the crowd a part of the show, and that's kind of his thing. Like he just will go off on these like great riffs and tangents, and it's just so fucking funny to me. But it's funny, he's got a Netflix special randomly releasing tomorrow. Right after I start looking at all this shit, I'm like, oh shit, he's getting pretty big. And it's funny too because he's coming to Calgary as well, and tickets are $400.
Oh shit!
So,
I was about to tell you. Oh, you should.
Oh
go
yeah, no,
for
I was like,
$400.
oh, he's coming to Calgary. Let's go. I'll pay $50 to go see the guy. 400. I think it's all resale tickets to be here. I think it's been sold out, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm not fucking paying that. So funny guy though, really hilarious.
Please send me clips. Please,
Yes,
just whatever
I
you
will.
have in your
I
history.
will because it's pretty like the one I was watching today. He's basically riffing on just this really attractive older lady in the audience. Definitely what you would call a MILF. Gives him like he has like because and Matt Riff, he's like a pretty ripped guy, right? Like he's attractive for a guy too. So the girl gives him the girls in the audience will give him gifts. Always, like they just give him gifts during a show, and she gives him a bag that has a T-shirt in it that says, "I came to wherever they were, Long Island, and all I got was this T-shirt and a blowjob." So of course he's like riffing on that, and there was a box of cookies in there as well. So he's eating the cookies, and he's just like, "Holy shit, you're fucking perfect!" Like Jesus Christ, how are you not married, right? But then it gets into the thing where she has a daughter that's 21 years old, and he's like, "Let me see her," and she's like, "Holy shit, she looks exactly like you!" Like, what the fuck, man? Like, so he starts going into that, and he ends up FaceTiming the daughter. It's crazy. Like,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
like
yes, please. I need.
yeah.
This
So
clip.
I'll find you the clip and I'll send it to you. Here, finish off your thoughts. I'll actually send it right now while you do that.
Okay, no, that was pretty much it. Like, just the Boondock Chappelle Show. I love my race-based humor, and it is definitely just, ooh, boy, do I fucking love it. Do I love it.
Yeah, that's definitely fantastic. I think here I found the clip. Hold on, I'm just gonna copy, paste, and send that to you for later because it is funny shit. Okay, my final show. This is
Your last one.
yeah, my last one. It is True Detective. I love this show. And not only just for season 1, because I do think season 3 is criminally underrated as well. So I will give
Underwatch. Let's be honest.
Underwatch.
No one
That's
watched
true.
it.
That's true. Because season 2 definitely fucking sucked. So I understand. And to be fair, I actually don't think it's as bad as people say it is. It's not good though. So let's be clear. But yeah, so True Detective, obviously you get season 1 with Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. It's fucking goated. I just talked about shows that like I could not stop watching. That was one of them. Like that was a week to week show for me, which is so incredibly rare these days. You know, Leftovers was week to week. Better Call Saul was week to week. Fuck, that's it. Really, it's been a long time. I don't watch a lot of shows week to week anymore. That was one of them. I was so fucking encapsulated with that show. I thought it was fantastic. And then season 2 came along. I was like, oh, I mean, this is okay, but Jesus Christ.
Sophomore slump.
Yeah. And obviously it's an anthology show. So every season's kind of a different story, kind of the same themes of crime or the gritty kind of, you know, murder mysteries and stuff like that. But then season 3, you get this really good bounce back series with Mustafa Ali, who's, in my opinion, one of the better actors in Hollywood in general. He's just fantastic. And he's so good. And yeah, that season is carried hard by him, but it's a great season of television too. And season 4, there is a season 4 coming. It's with a new showrunner, starring Jodie Foster, and who else is in it? Somebody else is in it, but I'm excited for that. I think that looks really good. And I'm definitely excited to check that one out, and I'll give it a fair shot because there's something about this series I've always enjoyed. But yeah, season 1 is great. Shout out you, I think, for sending me that steelbook. Beautiful steelbook, and I love that one a lot. So yeah, just
Mahershala Ali, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't know
Yeah.
what you said.
Yeah, I don't know what I said either.
And I was like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, thank you. I figured I got it wrong as I said it, but I was like, fuck it, I'm not correcting myself.
By the way, Scoot McNairy is in this season, so that tempts me to want to watch it.
Who?
Scoot McNairy. He's one of the main actors in *Halt and Catch Fire*, and I really love him in there.
Okay, cool. That's good. You'll like him then. I have to look him up and see who he is and try to remember. But yeah, that was fucking good shit. So definitely worth watching. But yeah, so True Detective, awesome show. If again, just maybe skip season 2 if you're not too into that. But the other 2 seasons.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I don't need. It's an anthology show.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't even seen season 1, eh?
No, I've seen season.
Oh, you have seen season 1. Okay, just not season 3. Cool.
Yeah, no. I'm willing to skip 2 and just go straight.
Cool.
To 3.
Yeah,
Why not?
and you'll enjoy it because I think everyone who has watched season 3 comes out pretty goddamn positive about it. Fucking crushing. Just a fantastic ending too. They crush it. It's so good. So, yeah.
All right, that's it. That was Passive Pixels.
That is it.
All right. I know we've been going on for a long time.
3 hours and 43 minutes.
Yeah, for the second.
For the
part.
second part, yeah, fucking 6-hour fucking marathon episode. Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck you, Zencastr. This is on you.
I will say it was fun while it lasted. I'm glad that I was able to make a friend here.
Yeah, absolutely. This was. I really appreciate. Fuck, I'm so tired, so I'm sorry. My thoughts are going to be a little bit scrambled here, but I do want to say this. I really do appreciate you for letting me come on and do this because I was really genuinely excited when you first reached out to me and wanted to do that. Or I don't know. I might have just fucking put myself in it. I don't remember. I was very...
No. I asked, and I will. Here's the thing: the reason I wanted to do this with you is because even though I hated your fucking opinion, you could at least explain it well enough. And I was like, okay, cool. I can deal with hating someone's opinions as long as I can explain it right.
Yeah, no, I don't even mean that, but I was actually talking about the Leftovers, specifically special episode, because that was the first one we did. I forget how that fully came apart. Like, I don't know if you asked or what happened there, but or if
I totally
okay,
did, yeah.
That was probably it. But then yeah, no, I remember after that you basically said, hey, if you want to be on this with me, like feel free. And I remember saying, nah, man, like that's your show. I don't want to do this. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I kind of do. So I I had a blast doing this. It was a lot of fun. It definitely allowed me to explore something creatively I've never done before. And I got to start my own podcast on, which hopefully continues because I'm definitely enjoying doing that as well. And yeah, it's been a blast. Like this show, I gotta say, man, the best thing to come out of this, A, obviously a friend, but B, just being able to discover so many movies and stuff based off of this, and not only
Yes,
just
definitely.
by not only by your recommendations, but in general. But like I always felt like, I know you always said, don't feel compelled to watch or play things based off of what I do with the lists, but it made it fun for me. Like I really did enjoy doing that, trying to match up with you and watch
Oh,
specific
whenever we lined
things.
up, it was fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
great. Well, Barry Lyndon's a perfect example. Fuck knows if I would have watched that as soon as I did if it wasn't for you motivating my ass to
Oppenheimer.
watch that. Yeah, the list could go on and on. But yeah, no, it's been an absolute blast. So thank you for allowing me to do this with you. And yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah, no, no, we're all dead. Do we fade away here? Just okay. We both hit stop once I say end card. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Perfect. All right. Now where the fuck is my mouse? There we go. There's my mouse. Of course, we can't let this show end with
No,
all
you
that.
gotta have a little fuckery.
There we go.
There we go.
The final end card.